do the overview now since she's here. So, in the last session of Curse of Strahd, you began by sneakily exploring the harsh swamp-like grounds of the drowned village of Beres. On your way, you encountered the ghost of the former burgomaster, a garden full of snakes, and an old abandoned church, before realising that you were not quite prepared to take on this fight just yet, and instead you decided to retreat north to rest for the evening. With Farrah's survival skills, you managed to find a small ford in the river and took up a position to sleep for the evening. However, during the night you did spot a figure seemingly trying to follow you, but luckily it seems you managed to avoid whoever this figure was. In the morning, you decided to push back onto Beres and enacted your plan. You snuck up to Baba Lysaga's hut and attacked the flying skull outside of it, managing to destroy it in the process. However, Baba Lysaga summoned up her creeping hut, which did a significant amount of damage. With some quick thinking, you managed to get inside the hut, and Osdred managed to bust open the floorboards, revealing the red life gem inside powering the hut. However, the combat was not looking well, as Osdred was badly hurt, as necrotic energy ran through him from Baba Lysaga's finger of death, and Helen remained completely incapacitated as the result of her power word stun. It now fell to the hands of Nigel and Meadhan to try and stop the evil hag and her animated hut. And that is where we begin our session. So let's get right into the action, shall we? Let's not waste any more time.
Sorry, yeah.
At the top of the turn order, it is Nigel. I will say, for the sake of as a little preface to this combat, that this is not looking good. So you may want to think through your turns and take the time to, because yeah, this is not looking great. Osdred is currently down with one failed death save. Helen is currently stunned and is about to go into incapacitation. Cal is looking very rough on about 10 HP. And Farrah is not looking great herself, and they're both pretty separated from you.
Fuck.
Yeah, if we all die, game over.
Exactly. If you all die, that's the end of the campaign.
Right. Fuck. Okay. I'm not really sure what I can do other than just trying to attack Baba Lysaga.
Now, one thing I will remind you, Nigel, is that last session you said you only had one rage left, and I realised that couldn't be possible because before this fight you had a long rest. So you should have extra rages.
Oh, okay.
So you should have used one rage.
Right, okay.
So that's one thing you can do is try.
You could use Nigel Heal on Osdred.
You could try using Nigel Heal on Osdred. That is something that's certainly you could do, but it's completely up to you. But I considering the gravity of the situation,
I'd say fuck her up.
Feel free to have a bit of discussion about it, because I know it's been a week as well, so it's a bit hard to remember exactly.
Sorry, I didn't hear anything from like the last few seconds.
I was just saying it's been a week, so if people want to discuss strategy a little bit, as long as you don't go overboard and take ages, then I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so I was doing another rage, wasn't I? That's what we were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
You could do, if you wanted to. That's an option you could do.
I say.
I won't say anything more. So
look up Baba Lysaga's face.
Do what, Nigel?
Whatever you want.
Nigel has made his way into the sort of balcony of the hut, and is currently sort of standing on the outside section of it.
I can't do anything because my laptop is not responding.
Well, describe to me what you want to do, and I can move Nigel into...
Thank you. Nigel would want to... Well, he'd want to climb up onto the hut.
Yep, so you're on
properly.
you're on the outside of the hut already.
Yeah.
So you're standing at the top, outside the front of the door. You're looking in.
Yeah.
What you can see before you can see Helen, who is just currently laying on the floor, in completely sort of stunned position. She looks like she's breathing, but she looks completely out of it and like not quite with it. Meanwhile,
Right.
Osdred is lying before Baba Lysaga. It looks like he's fallen backwards. His hands are kind of extended in kind of like a almost frozen position, and you can see that some of his skin has like withered back into his face, almost like a rotting, like a carcass upon a skeleton. You can see him breathing, but it looks shallow. It looks like he's struggling to breathe.
Right, okay.
And before Osdred, you can see Baba Lysaga herself, who is standing between him and next to him, and a cot you can also see. And also below Osdred, sort of just above him, you can also see a crack in the floor where there's this massive red light emanating from.
Right, okay. Well, he'd want to get inside for the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
I
Whereabouts
don't-
inside? Would he want to get would he want to stand over Osdred, or would he want to get behind Baba Lysaga?
Yeah. I think he'd want to sort of try and protect Osdred or Helen as much as he could.
Okay.
And I can't remember what my rage thing was last time. Can't
It was
remember
the
what I
AC increase.
Oh, right, okay. Well, can I rage again?
You certainly can if you want. Bonus action
Yep.
rage again as you're standing over Osdred. So if you
Yep.
want to roll on the table for me, or... Yep.
I can't at the moment.
Okay, I'll leave it in Tom's hands then, I guess.
Tom, can you roll for me, please?
I think I gave Nigel a berry as well, didn't I?
A what?
I can't remember. I'm just trying to remember who I gave good berries to.
I cannot remember, so you'll have to remember.
You got a 2! Teleporty mode.
Oh, that's rubbish.
I think the good berries you did list in the chat, I think.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
someone wants to
I'll
scroll
get
up
it
and
back.
find it.
Cal, Nigel, Osdred, Meadhan.
Okay.
There you go.
Cool.
I'll be honest, I can't remember exactly what the good berry does.
So you can...
Bring somebody back up to 1 HP.
Yeah, restores 1 HP, essentially.
Okay. That's a good berry.
It's a very good berry. So Nigel, you've got the ability to teleport now as you rage out once more, refreshing the number on your rage. What else do you plan to do?
Fuck. Right, guys, do you think it's more important to get Osdred up or to attack Baba Lysaga?
I
Well,
think
good.
it was one with the most damage, so I think you should wreck her, personally.
Let's get the crystal and get out.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Which crystal, George?
The one that's shaped like a beautiful woman.
Oh,
Will she just
doing
let us
it.
take it while she's standing there? That's the thing.
Probably not.
right. So I'm still not entirely sure what to do.
Like I said, talk it out.
I think, my opinion, Nigel punches her face, and Meadhan crawls his way up there and heals Osdred, but that's my opinion.
Okay.
That's assuming Meadhan successfully climbs the rest of the way.
He's not far though, is he? He's like 5 foot.
He's currently hanging on, so he can climb up 10 feet.
It'll be another check though, won't it?
It will not.
Right?
Nope.
Would it carry over the... Oh, okay.
Yeah, once you're on, you're on.
Okay, cool.
Should I do that then, Stefan, do you think? Or shall I heal Osdred?
Heal him with what? What can you heal with?
It's got a good berry, I believe. Or
Give him the good berry.
Yeah, Nigel, yeah. Yeah, you got one. Yeah. I can't remember where he is in the turn order, so whether or not that can work against him.
Nigel's up first, then it's Muriel, then it's Meadhan.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wreck her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why it's doing a weird
If you-
thing on D&D Beyond, but
If you choose to use it, you do have reckless attack, so it's up
oh
to
yeah, I was gonna say that.
you. Thought I'd remind you.
Thank you.
So a 27 would definitely hit, but roll again to see if you get a natural 20. It's not, but so it's 10 points of damage plus your rage, so it's an extra 2, so
Yep.
it's 12 points of damage. On your first attack,
And my
you
second.
stab into her. 16 would hit, but roll again to see if you get a natural 20.
Do it
Like, there's healing from this as well, right?
He's not, it's only if he kills something. So
Oh.
23 is the higher number, so I'll take the 11 points
No,
of
that's
damage.
rubbish. I could have done like 16. Cool. I thought it was only on my first attack I could reckless.
No, it applies to all of your attacks.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. Thank you.
Doke. That is Nigel's turn. Muriel, let me quickly move back to the ruins map.
Lovely.
Sort out the old camera.
Not enough damage.
So Muriel is currently in her crow form. She is going to, let me just quickly double check her movement speed. 50-foot flying speed, that's pretty good.
Nice.
So she can get to here and then dash to get to here. However, that is as far as she can get currently.
Oh.
Next up is Meadhan, who I will quickly copy and paste over to the other map.
Yeah, he certainly would be climbing up. I don't know how far up he got last time.
He had to
I think
climb
someone made
10 feet to get up. So when he gets to the
To get to
top,
the top.
where just
Got
next to Helen, he'll have used 10 feet of movement.
Osdred did shout about the stone. I'll remind everyone.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah. So, oh, it's dark.
Oh, let me. I'll put this on daytime. You would be able to see all of this. Apologies.
That's right.
There you go. Should be able to
Yeah, that's a
see
bit better.
a bit better now.
Okay, so, quick question. Good berry, applying one. Action or bonus action?
Action. Use an object, so it would be the same as applying a potion to someone else. If you were using it on yourself, I'd allow it as a bonus action, just because we tend to use healing items on yourselves as bonus actions, but on someone else, it would definitely be an action.
Yeah, forcing it down his gullet. Who comes first in the turn order, Lysaga or Osdred?
So, next after you, Meadhan, you've got the giant eagle form, which Farrah summoned. After that, you've got the scarecrow. After that, you've got Helen, who is currently stunned. After that, you've got Baba Lysaga. After that, you've got Farrah. After that, you've got Cal. After that, you've got the creeping hut. After that, you've got Osdred, who's very last in the turn order.
Of course he is.
You have to get your bardic as well. That's Meadhan.
Yeah. It's a tricky one to figure out like when's the best time for it, really.
I think we need Helen. What is your bardic? Is it a D6?
Is it D6? Attack rolls, saving throws. D6, yeah.
Ability checks
Yeah.
and
So-
saving throws, and attack rolls.
Helen needs. Is it an ability? No, it's a saving throw to break out of the thing,
That
right?
is correct, yes.
That's a bonus action, which I. No, wait, can I do that whilst I'm raging?
Should be able to. It's not a spell.
Yeah, it doesn't say otherwise.
No.
Wait, where is Helen?
She's
I'm
beneath
top
you.
of it. Yeah. Hello down there. All right. Okay. Let's. Oh, fuck. Yep. Yep. Let's. The saving throw also counts to the death saving throws, right?
Yes, 100%.
Let's.
Does the bardic
do a-
require the person to hear them though?
Yes.
I assume.
So I suppose if
Yeah, I don't know.
He's
It's a weird one.
I don't really think you can be influenced by someone through a song if you're unconscious, can you? That seems kind of
yeah,
weird.
if you're unconscious, you're not really listening.
Let's Google it.
Unless
It's
you know,
weird,
you learn a
because-
language at night.
Because we've kind of ignored it with healing word until now.
A death saving throw is indeed a saving throw.
point.
Well, yeah. But I don't know. That's not the right answer.
I think
Oh,
it'll
no,
still work,
Healing
right?
word,
Healing word, it doesn't
seeing
say you need to be able to hear it.
Is it
It
not?
just says healing word
Is it not?
see within range.
For the bardic
I
inspiration,
saw somebody
does it?
complaining about that the other day.
Bardic specifies hearing. That can hear you.
Yeah, healing words must be like a power word that you shoot at them, so you don't need to be cognizant of it. But if
I
you're
guess it must be, yeah.
conscious- But bardic, I think you have to.
Yeah, from what I'm reading, it looks like when you're unconscious, you cannot hear. So you cannot. However, if you could use it if you had it when you were up. So
Yeah,
you can't be
makes
given
sense.
it when you're already unconscious. However, you would be able to use it if you had it and then fell unconscious.
Yeah. So, with that, bonus action, Bardic Inspiration on Helen.
Helen, okay, so let me quickly just move you back and then add a
Mhm.
little yellow symbol for Meadhan on Helen.
And this will be in the form of as he climbs up and jumps over, he just bellows, "Get hold up!" So that's that done. And then, yeah, it only makes sense. I'm swinging around here, flank with Nigel,
Okay.
start smackdown.
Holy
Brilliant.
Oh
shit!
no! Oh, it's bad. Oh, thank fuck for that.
So that is 20 points of damage from Meadhan.
Nice.
Oh.
It's a big old hit.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'll shrink them, sorry. The
Thank
dimensions
you.
map are a bit different.
Does the non-magical damage seem to do the same?
It does.
Hmm.
Oh. Fair enough.
Nice.
And yeah, that is everything.
Okie doke. So up next is the giant eagles. I will move back to the other map for them.
Yep. So, giant eagles are just flying up to just get out of range of these zombos. And I want to get as close as I can without getting smacked by the little tentacles with Cal and Farrah in hand.
Okay, so it'd be an action to pick you up,
Yeah.
and then they can fly at half their speed whilst they're grappling somebody, which is you.
Yeah.
So you could. What is their move? What is their fly speed?
Got 88. Let me check. Let me double check. Giant. Ooh, ooh. Giant eagle's got a fly speed of 80 foot, so they can go
40 feet.
40 feet.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So, just wanna. So it was 60 foot from the edge, right? So like
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll hold that out for you so you can.
Yeah. So eagles can go 40 foot, right? So they can get there,
Yeah.
and one can get there.
Mhm.
Okay, hang on. Oh my god, it's all because they're in not accurate positions.
Maybe you can hold down Alt and it'll put them in a.
So like there?
Yeah.
Okay. And like yeah.
Be slightly close. Right there.
So like there.
Yeah, that's fine. And then you
So
can
like
move
there.
Cal's and token and Farrah's token if you want to put them next to the eagles, as you are being carried.
Okay. Cool.
Okey-doke. That is their turn. The scarecrows. Let me just double check something. They're currently. They move 40 feet directly along, so they would be about. Not very high up in the air, maybe 10 feet. 30 feet. These scarecrows are going to move up to here. This first one is going to target the eagle, and it's going to use its terrifying glare. Can you please make a wisdom saving throw for the eagle?
The one closest to it, yeah?
Yeah, the one closest to it.
Wisdom saving throw. Hang on. Oh.
It just passes.
Oh. Okay.
However, there is more of them. This one is also going to use its terrifying glare, and you are just within range. Another wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Again, another pass. And
Yep.
This one is going to move 30 feet and do one on your eagle, Cal. So
Get a bless on that.
it does indeed. So if you want to roll it, Hannah, and then you've
Oh,
got the
okay.
giant eagles.
Yep.
Then Cal can roll the d4 for the bless. That
Hey!
passes already. This one's going to move up. This one's going to move up. And then finally, this one is going to target the same eagle. So another wisdom save for me, please, Hannah.
Come on, eagle. Yeah.
All passed. That is important. This one, however, is going to just move up this way, because that's the way it was running before. I don't think it's in range. No, it wouldn't quite be, so... That is their turn. So actually he will dash then, to get all the way up to here. Helen, you are currently stunned. However, at the end of your turn, you can make another... let me just check what the saving throw is. I believe it's wisdom, but... Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, let's do it.
And with an 18, naturally, Helen passes. Which means that Helen is no longer stunned.
Very nice.
Yeah.
However, it's 2 rounds until Helen becomes incapacitated. Up next is Baba Lysaga.
Could be bad.
You can see...
Don't forget about that unused inspiration, George.
Hmm?
You've still got the inspiration if you didn't need it to get back up.
Oh yeah, thank you.
So, you can see that Baba Lysaga looks quite shocked by Meadhan's significant blow into the side of her. And so, she is going to... Yeah, what's the...
Surrender?
Best option. Yeah, she's going to use her action to use her shape changer ability. As you see her perform you, she transforms into... Oh, it doesn't
duck.
have a rollable token, unfortunately. Was someone going to say something?
Nope.
Huh?
I thought I heard somebody saying something.
I said a duck.
Oh. So she transformed, you see, into a swarm of flies before you. Just filling the spot. And then she is going to fly directly this way and then out the window here.
Sheep.
Can we take some opportunities?
You certainly can. Nigel and Meadhan both get an attack of opportunity.
Ooh.
Yeah, it hits. 14 points of damage. Nigel's misses, though.
I think I don't know if that includes the rage. I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't. That's why I said 14, because it's 12
Oh,
plus 2.
Did you do that with my last attack?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Right, okay. She is currently flying outside of the hut. Farrah, it is your go. I will move back to the map of the ruins. Currently, you can see that Baba Lysaga. Let me quickly go grab her token again.
Well, you might not think it's Baba Lysaga, right? Because it's a
Yeah.
bunch of fun.
You see a bunch of flies.
Yeah,
Especially with how we've been haunted by flies since we've been in this area.
Yeah.
I mean, won't she be surrounded by Meadhan's warriors?
No.
Read to me the ability. What does it say?
Let's find it. There we go. Whilst raiding, first creature is disadvantage. I mean, oh, there we go. Path of the Ancestral Guardian. Shapes nature. So we're worrying about whether or not it's actually a visual.
Post it in the chat if you like stuff, and then everyone can read.
Can do. So that's got that. Did that post? Yeah, there you go. There's that bit.
Sexual auras appear when you enter your first while ranging a first creature you hit.
Yeah, it just says spectral warriors appear. So how visual is spectral?
Spectral you can see. It's see-through, but until the start of your next turn, the target is disadvantaged. I would rule that you could see them, personally.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean...
Which might look a bit weird, them prancing around a bunch of flies, but makes sense to me.
So I think you would see this cloud of flies, which followed shortly by this sort of spectral band of merry men.
Love it.
That kind of follow just behind it, playing their wonderful music.
It's actually terrible.
Telling their terrible music. So Farrah is your go. You're currently
Farrah.
suspended about 10 feet in the air.
Yeah. Farrah's gonna bonus action. 4th level healing word
Okay.
on Cal.
I think Cal should be on slightly higher HP on roll 20 as well, Tom. It's on 2
Yes.
HP for me. There we go. And then Muriel give him the potion of healing. 4th level healing words, if you want to. Not bad at all. 15 points of healing to Cal.
Thank you.
Nice. And action. It's not really much I can do as an action. 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 Action produce flame at one of these scarecrows, I guess.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. Ping which one, and then make the attack.
The one in front. So.
Okey-doke, yep. $13 hits. 9
Yeah.
points of fire damage, and scarecrows, as you might have guessed, are vulnerable to fire damage. So actually, the damage is
Yay!
doubled.
How's
Find
that?
out with Vestos.
There we go. Cal, you are up next.
Yeah. There's very little Cal can do in this situation. He's holding concentration on Bless. I think there's literally nothing.
Help something.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, I will take the dodge action. I'll wiggle around in the eagle's claws.
Nice.
Okie doke. You are dodging. Up next is the creeping hut, which is going to move. So it's going to move 30 feet this way. So, just going to move this token gem there, because I've got another one out. So hopefully move everyone's tokens up slightly. And then, now that
When you said she was flying outside, would she not get left behind by its movement?
you're totally right.
Hmm.
It would be there. So, now that Baba Lysaga is free from it,
Oh no.
it is going to attack straight downwards as the roots hit up and try and hit through its own hut
Elf?
down
Oh my god.
at one of the people inside.
Fuck.
So I'm going
Oh,
to roll a d4 to see if it hits Osdred, Meadhan, Nigel, or Helen.
Oz.
Meadhan will be a 1, Osdred a 2, Nigel a 3, and Helen a 4. So it's on Helen. So heart is going.
Ready for mojo.
It's gonna.
We'll say you said Helen was lying down, so would she be prone?
Yes, she would be prone.
Oh god.
So it would be with advantage on its first attack.
Sorry.
No.
Your AC, by the way, would be increased by 5 because you are considered in 3/4 cover from the house itself.
That's something.
However, 30 definitely still hits, so you take 29 points of bludgeoning damage. The second attack, I will roll a d4 again to see. And something else you'd notice is, in fact, the house itself, because it has an ability called Siege Monster, deals double damage to objects and structures. So, in fact, it does almost 60 damage to itself.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
It's tearing itself apart, Meadhan.
29 times 2 is 40 plus 9, 49, 58 points of damage. So, another. Okay. Second attack.
Clinch!
Two.
2. He's a
My
number 2.
brain. Right, let me roll a d4.
Oh!
But it
Well,
is-
it could still be okay.
it's with advantage because he is prone.
Yeah,
However, he does have-
unconscious.
He does have +5 to his AC.
Roll low, you damn tree.
Nope.
It
Just-
crits.
Oh, God.
So
He's dead.
you see the root come slamming through into the hut itself, and Nigel, Meadhan, you look down as Osdred is just pierced directly through the heart by this
Ooh.
root, and then you see Osdred have a brief moment as he kind of comes to some level of consciousness, his eyes wide open. Osdred, do you say anything in your final moments?
Says, we've at last.
And you see Osdred pulled out of the hut itself, still attached to the root. And then the rest of you see Farrah and Cal above, flying above. You see Osdred's body pulled out by the root itself and then just flung out into the swamp. And he just lands his body with an awful crash into the ground.
That his hammer went flying somewhere off as well.
Mhm.
Jesus.
And with its final attack, it'll be a
yeah.
D3. So I'll roll a D6. 1, 2, Meadhan. 3, 4, Nigel. 5, 6, Helen. It's on Meadhan. This is not with advantage. However, also, the thing does 26 plus 16 is 36, 40, so it does 80 points of damage to itself.
84.
84, sorry, I think I'm terrible at maths today.
No worries at all. Okay, Meadhan and Nigel are both raging, and it's bludgeoning.
It is starting to look pretty rough, this house, at the moment.
Nice.
So the final attack is on Meadhan, not with advantage. Oh, actually, I've rolled it now. No, I'm going to do the other thing because I want to use it at least once. Because this is what Baba Lysaga would want it to do as well. She is going to get it as its third attack instead to use its rock attack, and it's going to use it at.
Oh, Lewis, he should have said he lobbed Osdred at them.
Yeah!
He would have definitely gone flying past.
Oh.
It's on Cal.
Hey!
He's dodging.
Yeah!
So it would be at disadvantage. With its rock attack,
I'll catch you, Osdred!
which is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, of course.
22 points of bludgeoning damage as this rock comes flying out, hitting into you and the side of the eagle.
Well, take a bow, Farrah. I'm still up.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will say as well, because you are riding the eagle,
Yeah, that
But
should have
I'm
fucking...
gonna make it. Can you do a dexterity saving throw for the thing itself?
Good little eagles. They're hopefully good at dex. Let me see.
He's riding it. Does he have to do his animal handling check, see if he stays on?
No, because it's a magical eagle that Farrah is
Yeah.
controlling directly with her mind.
Magic
I don't think I'm riding either. It's like holding us
Yeah,
in its talons.
it does fail, so it does take, I'm going to say, half of that damage, so 11 points of damage to the eagle itself as well.
Yeah, did that roll a d4 for anyone else?
No,
I rolled a
that was,
D4.
That was Tom rolling a d4
For the bless.
the bless, yeah.
Oh, actually,
Oh, right,
that's a good
right,
point. I mean, it failed either way, but I need to do a constitution saving throw.
With bless.
Okay, hang on.
We-
So how much damage was it?
11 points of damage.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Is that on top of the 22, or does Cal also only
Cal
take that?
takes just 22. The eagle takes 11 points of damage.
Right.
That is the hut's turn.
Woo!
Osdred.
It would have passed.
Fuck! Don't say these things.
Unfortunately, he has passed into another life.
You're in a fucking swamp as well. Your body's gonna be gone fast.
Oh,
Osdred would have wanted it. Probably not, but
He's got water walk on though. Floating above the water for a little while.
It's true, but I think the flies are gonna have a fun time.
smashes into the concrete water.
Water walking!
So,
Crunch.
back inside the hut, Nigel.
Do you think it's better to try and attack the hut?
So
Does
I'll
it
tell you.
seem-
I'll tell you what you can see. You can see
Right.
currently inside the hut. The hut is about. Let me shrink you a little bit.
Can you see the gem still?
Yeah.
Or is it
So,
been like-
yeah. So let me just. I'll read it to you. So the hut is 15 feet on the side. You can see it's packed with furniture, including a wooden cot, a wicker cabinet, a slender wardrobe, a wooden table, a stool, a barrel-topped wooden chest, reinforced with brass bands, and an iron tub that is stained with blood. In the middle of the room, you see a ghastly wooden crib with a small angelic child sitting in it, Nigel. All the furnishings, except for the crib, are bolted to the floor. Beneath the crib, and you can see the floor is broken open, and you can see red light seeping out, and you can see, sort of embedded into the roots itself of the tree, a red crystal.
Okay. Right. Can I try and move the crib with the child in it?
You certainly can, yeah. As you
Yeah,
go to move it, your hands go straight through it. And you quickly
Right.
realise that this is an illusion.
Okay, right. Well, he's gonna try and chop through to the to where the gem is in the
So
middle.
you can see the gem itself is exposed.
Yeah, but he's gonna like try and chop it so that it's like doing damage to the tree, and then you can get it out more easily, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, I like this. Yeah, that's cool. Make an attack roll for me.
Can I reckless doing
Yeah,
this?
yeah, of
or-
course. Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So the first one.
19. Let me quickly just check something. I've got that on this step sheet. So you go to hit down into the thing, Nigel, and as you swing down, you see the floor around you shift slightly around this cavity in the floor. And the cavity, you see, sprouts wooden teeth, becoming like a mouth. And
What the fuck?
and it bites into your great axe. And your great axe, you manage to hit into the gem slightly, and some of the roots, they sort of come loose very slightly. But now your weapon is jammed within this thing, and it sort of reaches back slightly again and goes to chomp the weapon again. Quickly make a dexterity saving throw for me.
With advantage with barbarian stuff?
Yeah, with advantage.
Oh yeah.
15.
15 would be a failure.
Fuck!
So you get it bites into your weapon. You were using your great axe, which is a non-magical weapon. So I'm gonna roll some damage.
It's
Right.
like the belly mouth from the thing.
I'm trying to rule how much health, like how much damage it would take to break a weapon.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say it's got that much HP. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. You see it bites into your great axe and cleaves it in half.
Well,
Well, now it's a one-handed axe.
Yeah, now it is a one-handed axe. It's fair.
I mean, I suppose he can't reach in and get it because it's embedded in this thing and the floor's going to eat his hands, so...
You can see it's open, so it's exposed, so you could try and quickly grab and try and reach in, but it would require an action which you already have used to attack.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Okay.
If it's just a normal one, we can get you another axe.
So, Muriel.
Yeah, there's loads of shops around here.
Yeah, it doesn't look... Yeah.
A lot of dead soldiers, though.
Yeah.
Find a 700-year-old axe. Sure that won't be rusty.
Shame
Right.
to have a forge plate. Oh, damn.
Oh, that was mean.
It was.
That was
Sorry.
so mean.
I didn't hear it. What did you say?
Said, oh, at least we have a forge cleric. Oh no.
I'm sorry. It was me, but I had to.
The mascot's got 50 foot in her raven form, so she is going to have to dash again to get to the heart, and you see her land next to the cages, on one of the cages itself, ready to try and pull it open as best she can. Meadhan, you are up next. I'll move you back to the map of the hut.
Wow. Not that.
You currently see the hut. It's pulled Osdred out. It's slammed itself into Helen very hard. It's you can see it sort of lifting a rock up from the ground, throwing it towards Cal, and it's pierced itself twice through the roof, and looks like it's slightly more sort of stumbling, I guess. Or the foundations are kind of rocking. Before you can see the cavity now morphed into this awful wooden mouth that is with sort of sharp wooden teeth.
Would you say it biting down on Nigel's weapon was quite reactionary?
It was very fast.
You know what I mean.
I'll say that much. But they do look like they're embedded into the floor. It doesn't look like they can reach out and grab somebody.
No.
They're like embedded in. It is the floor itself, and it doesn't look like it can shift its shape in a way
Like a
beyond
saw.
that. Exactly.
But if a hut were to have a reaction,
reaction.
would you say it's
Yeah.
it's used its reaction at this point?
Tom's got it. Tom's got it.
I'm used to the grey bullshit.
You have no idea.
It's like the tree's vagina dentata.
Alright, that's exactly what I thought first of all as well.
Alright.
Botanica dentata.
Shitty, I used to have a dagger, but I think I literally just threw it away because I was like, I'm never going to use a dagger. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to hit it with my tune hammer, but I'm going to use the pommel instead.
Okay.
Like smack it with the pommel.
Make an attack roll for me.
Am I flanking with Nigel?
No, you would not get flanking on this.
Alright, reckless then.
Okay, reckless attack.
Oh, what?
An 8, and you swing and completely miss the floor.
2-8. Well, that's not too bad. I'm going to lose my weapon if I'm missing.
8-8.
Bonus. Trying to think. Have I dealt? I haven't dealt or taken damage. No, wait. Did the tree hit me? No, it didn't.
No,
did it?
didn't.
My rage drops, right?
Yes.
No,
it's the
if you make an attack, then
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if the attack hits or not.
Mm-hmm.
Your rage is still going.
This does count as a creature.
Ah, yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Alright, I'll leave it then. That'll be that.
Okey-doke. So back to the giant eagles. Let me drag you. How the fuck did you manage doing all these different maps and some of these combats, Tom, where you're like going back and forth between floors. Just find it so annoying.
It's very annoying, but teaching has hardened my soul.
Yeah. There's nothing left. So the giant eagle's currently flying in the air.
I don't know what to do.
Yep.
Do the right thing.
What's
Let's
the
just go
right
kill some
thing?
scarecrows. Get a sense of victory there. Easy peasy.
And they would be easy peasy. How high is this? How high is she flying?
10 feet. Off
We
the
don't know
ground
it's her,
currently.
do we?
Oh, she is about probably 25 feet in the air, maybe. No, not that high.
We don't.
How high is the thing? It's about 15 to 20 feet tall, with the heart included. So I reckon, yeah, about 15 feet in the air, probably. On a similar trajectory to what you're flying with the eagles, although she's definitely slightly above you.
And yeah, we don't know it's her.
Don't know it's her.
Like, wouldn't you be wondering why are Meadhan's ghost buddies
Yeah.
scoring
Yeah,
a bunch
for
of
sure.
blows?
You don't know for
Would
definite.
one?
Yeah.
No, sure. But with Meadhan's things, Farrah might take a punt. Although this is not the time for punts.
It's a really weird one for me. Like if I'm imagining Cal looking at it, because it's like, yes, it came out, and yes, it's got the spirits next to it, but no one's like run out and been like, get her. Everyone's still in the hut doing stuff in the hut.
You also have seen Osdred's body fly across the map.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, yeah. Where on the map is Osdred? How far did he go?
Hey, you went flying off the map.
Oh, mate. Yeah. we could
Miles
assume
in
that
the
he's
river.
dead. Right? But okay.
Fly.
Quick question to Tom and Kieran. For shape changes, we've got natural shape changes. How would you rule it on how they can cast their spells? Would you rule it the same as a wild shape, in that they can't cast spells while they're in their wild shape form? Or would they still be able to cast spells if it's a natural ability of their...
Oh, it depends on the VS and M, right?
That's a very good point.
Some spellcasting is like innate spellcasting as well.
I imagine hers is innate, but
Yeah.
imagine it also depends on the VSM, maybe, I don't know.
No, I think you're totally right. Yeah, I don't think she can do it if she can't speak, so... Yeah. No, you're definitely right, Kieran. So, yeah, okay, I've decided that in my head. Cool. So what are the eagles doing, Hannah?
Fuck. I don't know. I don't know. Is
I mean,
know.
the Eagles don't have a huge decision to make, right? It's 50 feet with
Me-
a, 80 feet with a dash.
80 feet with a dash, so it's whether we go past her or we go to her. You know?
I mean, we could go above her if you want. That's
Yeah?
yeah.
I mean...
We will be in smacking territory, but I don't know if it's going to be more concerned with
Well, I mean, we
inside than
can still
outside.
go 80 foot
I mean,
anyway,
it threw a rock
right?
at me as
Yeah,
well, so
can still
smacking
be slightly
territory is
above her.
whatever. Yeah, true.
I mean...
I don't really know what we're going to do to a cloud of flies 15 feet off the ground either. You're going to drop Cal through it, just like, la la la.
I was gonna have, you know...
This
I was-
fucking sword.
I mean, I could have my eagles eat them.
It's a
I don't
big
know.
swarm,
It's
by the
not-
way. It's like not small. It's as big as the other sort of massive, like.
Oh, okay.
little-
So it's a massive swarm
It's pretty big.
of stuff.
Yeah. It's about a
Yeah.
5 foot
Like the-
wide, 5 foot tall swarm
Right.
of huge flies.
Yeah, the only AoE I've got is Thunder Wave. So...
Yeah.
I think should send them past.
Okay. You
Yep.
want to move them up then?
Full speed ahead.
We might get smacked by the tree though, because we can't quite get onto it.
I mean,
That's
it can
the
throw
only-
rocks, so it's a moot point.
Ah, yeah, true. Let's go. struggling here.
I'll do it for you.
Eh.
There you go.
Thanks.
Right, that is their turn. The scarecrows. Kind of lagging behind. They're going to have to just dash, so I'm actually just going to move them as a group to save time. There we go. They can't do anything else.
Oh god,
Right.
let's go!
Helen.
Mm.
Back
Oh,
over
yeah.
So Helen, once again, you can see Nigel try to slam into this crystal to try and make it loosen it a bit. Seemed to slightly work, but also his axe got cut in half by the teeth of this maw, whilst Meadhan tried to swing down and then just completely missed. You can see the crystal though; it is exposed within this mouth. You think if you were fast enough, you could reach in, grab it, and pull it out.
Wow, I want to do that.
Okay, if you're going to do that, then please make me a dexterity saving throw.
You got your
Oh,
bardic if you need it.
I thought this was going to be easy.
I've seen the thing. I know how this goes.
Just imagine it's like the crystal maze.
Ooh.
Ah.
I would definitely roll that bardic.
Yeah, what's my bardic again?
D6.
6.
Ooh.
Even with the bardic, it's not enough.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought.
Oh,
And Helen, you try to quickly in and out, grab it with your hand, but the mouth bites into the crystal hard, and you take
Ah.
on the crystal.
12 points
Points.
of piercing damage.
Ouch.
crunchy Helen.
And you do not obtain the gem.
Ugh.
Any bonus actions or anything, Helen? It is an action to try and grab the gem.
Hmm. Let me have a look. I think. Oh, Helen would definitely drink this potion of healing.
Yeah, you could definitely do that as a bonus action. Bardic is all stop, so I take it off. Ooh. Well, it's 8 points of healing. Rolled 6 times for some reason.
So,
Chucking him down.
You got the highest one on the first one nearly, so...
excellent. That's cool, and she's just going to stare at that crystal like, oh,
One more round until Helen falls incapacitated. What was that,
Does
Helen?
Helen have that thing where she gets HP back?
She does have
What's
that
that?
thing, yeah. It's a...
Oh, it's
I can't remember what it's
action.
called. It's, yeah, I think it's an action.
Oh, the monk thing. Wholeness of body or
That's
something
it,
like
yeah.
that.
That's it.
Baba Lysaga. Move back. Map. Right. She
This is a huge turn.
is going to fly off in this direction. Down to the ground. I'm going to rule that... What attacks do the eagles have?
They have a multi-attack. They have a beak and talon attack.
Awesome.
I think I would rule that they probably couldn't make an opportunity attack because they are currently holding you in their talons and they're not really facing the right way, engaged in combat to attack with their beak.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Baba Lysaga will use her action to transform back into a human form, now standing upon the ground. And then, let me quickly check.
I think.
What was that going?
I think you've done it already. Meadhan's things disappear after a turn, don't they?
Yeah, I got rid of it, yeah.
Nice.
And then as a bonus action, she will cast Misty Step to move another 30 feet this way. However, she can't do anything else in this turn. It is an action to transform. So, Farrah, you are up next.
Well, she's seeing her escape now, though.
Mm-hmm. It's time to fly to the Valkyries, this bish.
Yeah.
Strafing run, baby.
We're quite high up there now, aren't we?
Yeah.
You'd be about 40
Yeah.
feet, probably. 30 feet, maybe.
Fuck.
You're a druid. Do some crazy druid shit.
Turn into a bird from the bird and ride the bird down.
Yeah.
Don't speak to me about turning into a bird. I'm not level 8 yet.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so sad about that. If I die before level 8 as a druid, I'm gonna be so sad.
will be.
The second character turns up. It's like, oh, here's another moon druid.
Yep, it's 100% gonna happen.
Named Farrah, Irish.
I don't know, because if we're 40 feet up, like if I just drop 40 feet, then all I can do is dash and it would hurt.
Yeah.
You know? I can chuck something at. Oh. Ooh. Hang on. Let me have a look. Can I hold a spell?
Yeah, as an action, sure. Yeah, of course you can.
It uses
If
up
I
the
were
It
to
does use
hold-
up the spell slot. If,
Yeah, yeah. If I were to hold
Yeah.
Dispel Magic,
Yeah.
would that work on this spell that if she chucks something at us,
No.
would that work?
No.
Would that just count as
You
spell?
need like
You need counter spell, yeah, specifically.
Damn it.
Cool idea though. I like it.
I don't know. I don't know what else I can do, really. I already used my 4th level spell. Anyone got any ideas? 40 feet up. How many feet away? 40 feet away.
I think it's more important what happens when the eagles get us to her, if we're going that way. So I'd genuinely consider just doing a cow turn. Just take the dodge action.
You're concentrating on the eagles, right?
Yeah, concentrating on the eagles.
I'm just terrified of that whilst you guys are riding them high up in the air.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all
I've
I'm
already
saying.
done the eagle's turn is the only thing.
Yeah, they can only move it on their turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a shame that she had to turn after, really. Anyone other ideas? I need ideas.
I don't think there are that many ideas.
There's not
It'd be cool if
really.
you could choose to lower your initiative.
Mm-hmm.
I have some interesting ideas for a future campaign with that stuff.
Okay.
Because it kind of makes sense that you're like, I'm just gonna give it a minute. I'm just not gonna be so hasty.
On the assumption my eagles are going to survive, right? This is an assumption.
One
Farrah.
of Gray's items lets them do that.
Farrah will. So the eagle will fly over here, right? Farrah. So eagle's over here, getting close. Farrah will, when she gets up to this point up here, like basically on her, up here,
Mm-hmm.
she will turn into a saber-tooth and pounce on her from above.
Oh,
Above, 'cause
You'd have to turn into a saber tooth now, right?
Yeah,
why now?
You can't hold a bonus action.
It can be an action.
it can be an action, she's right.
But
then the pounce attack. Yeah.
yeah,
The pounce attack is, yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that. But you'd be able to hold your action to turn into the creature. But you could bonus action turn into it now and then hold your action to do that.
Because then the eagle's got to try and hold me up.
I was gonna say, can it support a saber tooth? The big boy, right?
Good luck have fun finding out.
Not much I can do then. Okay. Upon getting to Baba Lysaga,
No more healing.
yeah, the thing with the healing, right, is it doesn't do very much because it's healing word.
Save Cal.
Yeah. At 3 HP, kept him up.
It did, but a healing word on me now probably won't keep me up against whatever's coming next.
Yeah, and that was the highest level that I had.
You can healing word yourself, though.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
Yeah, that's true. Right, let's healing word myself. 3rd level.
Kieran. Oh, I feel bad for Kieran. 9 points of healing to yourself, then. So that's your bonus action. Are you going to take the action to dodge, maybe?
Yeah, probably a good idea. I don't know how much you can put there.
No, you still would be counting as dodge. Right.
Somewhere out there, Torres is laughing her butt off. Yeah, so if the eagles get us to her, so I basically got a choice of whether to dodge or to hold my attack. And even with the dodge, it hit me anyway last time. I'm gonna hold an attack.
Okay.
If this eagle gets me to within melee range of Baba Lysaga, I'm attacking.
Okay, cool.
And since I've got spell slots to burn, oh wait, they'll drop Bless, but Bless isn't really doing anything right now anyway. So I'll drop Bless, and I will charge up my short sword of wounding with a searing smite.
Okay.
You gonna stay on the eagle when you do this attack?
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm riding the eagle. The eagle's holding me by like my shoulders or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. 100%. That's what's happening.
Even so, if you stay in it, that's pretty badass.
Well, I mean, you have the choice of the eagle dropping you or carrying you around at melee range. It's up to you.
Yeah. Well, Cal would just shout to Farrah and say, "Get me in close." And that's my turn.
Creeping Heart. Should be a turn.
Yeah.
It's going to strike out. Yeah, this is what
This
is what Baba Lysaga would 100% get it to do. So it's going to strike out at Cal's eagle.
Oh.
Eagle.
Its first attack. 17 to hit. Does 38 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's gone.
So Cal falls 30 feet, taking.
There we go.
Even if you roll 3 ones.
Yeah.
12 points of bludgeoning damage as you crash into the ground.
Boosh.
The second attack.
Wait, not cross.
Yeah, you're not that dead yet.
There you go.
Farrah will then. Not Farrah. It will then target Farrah's eagle.
Yeah.
35 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's gone.
Farrah also falls, taking 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Low roll at least.
And then the final attack is going to strike out at Farrah. But it nat once, giving it disadvantage on the next attack.
Holy guacamole! That was the door closing.
Yep.
Ugh.
It is back to the top of the initiative order, and it's back to Nigel.
Just love it.
Yes.
Everything going on outside. We're like, I can't get disturbed.
These teeth are so annoying.
I'm pretty sure they might give me a splinter.
The background cow just falls out of the sky.
Well, can Nigel see anything outside? Is there like a window?
There is, yeah. There's a window
Okay.
here.
All right.
So before you,
probably wide
Nigel,
open
again,
behind
you can
you.
see a cavity in the floor that's shaped like a mouth now, but it is open. If you wanted to, like Helen, you could try and reach in and grab this crystal and pull it out. You think you could do that?
Yep, fuck it, that's
But
what
it
I'm
would
doing.
have to be fast. Okay, if you're going to try
Yep.
it, make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Come on, Nigel.
Advantage,
on,
please.
Nigel.
Barbarian.
Yeah, it would be with
Oh.
advantage.
Oh, thank you.
Barbarian. Danger sense.
Doesn't work. Grabs in, and you take
Eesh.
half of this damage because you're raging. 7 points
Okie
of
doke.
piercing damage. I've updated your token
I'm
for you.
guessing we wouldn't. Baba Lysaga isn't within
No, she's
viewing, is she?
she's well out of range now.
Still have the movement,
Yeah,
though.
but Nigel's got. I was just thinking because Nigel's got his teleport thing.
It's very true.
Mm.
She would
Wouldn't
be
be able-
about. Let me quickly have a look on the map. Do it from the center. She's about 60 feet away. If you were to look outside,
You can 100% get to her.
you could get to her. Yeah.
I'm gonna. Huh?
You could get to her, yeah,
Ooh. Okay.
with your regular movement as well. 100%.
Yeah, but would he wouldn't be able to see where she was though?
If you ran outside to look, you would 100% be able to see her.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
The
he's
door's
all
right
around.
behind you, so.
Under here, like. Where's Baba Lysaga?
And you're going to try and teleport
Oh!
down and get to her. She's on the
Yep.
other map. That I just need to delete her off of that map. I will move you on the other map, Nigel, so you're right up next to her if you want me to.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Because it feels like trying to chop into this heart is just not working.
Mm-hmm. Okie doke. Muriel's go. Muriel
Oh man.
is going to try and break open these cages again. There's not that much she can do, she feels like. So it's a...
Oh, cow's down.
Hell is down, but she's got nothing to give him anymore. She's already given him the potion.
Stabilize him?
Problem is she's in Raven form, so she would have to action back. She's not like a moon druid, she has to action to transform, and then she wouldn't be able to do the thing while she can make a strength check in the Raven form. So I'm going to make her make a strength check. No,
Oof.
nowhere near. Pulling at this cage, not enough. That's all she's got at the moment. Meadhan. Again, you see the cavity open.
Okay, well, noticing that it seems to be biting it no matter what, and I love the tune hammer, so I'm just going to try and grab it as well.
Okay, dexterity saving throw for me, please. With advantage, 'cause you're a barbarian.
Yeah. Come on!
Oh!
Ooh.
You've seen Meadhan reach down. He gets to his knees. Meadhan, you think of your friends. You think of Ninan. You think of all of the band. You think of Lace. You think of Ulnalor. You think of Esau. And then you think your mind wanders to Rahadin. And the rage bubbles up inside you. And you plunge your hand straight in. You grab this gem and you tear it from the roots. And you see the life in them wither away around you as you pull it out. The mouth, the floorboards crack inwards. And you see Meadhan pulls it out and holds it above his head. And from outside, Farrah, you look up as this hut begins to and just falls limp, crashing into the ground. And you look around you and you see each one of the scarecrows kind of like moving their bodies kind of in a twisted motion, and suddenly they kind of stop and then fall, and some of them crumble to the ground. Nothing more than just piles of straw and cloth upon the ground.
Let's go.
Baby.
What happened to the people in the house? Does it collapse?
No, you see the roots that they collapse down to the ground. The house itself is it crashes down into the ground. Some of the roof like falls in, crashing down, doesn't hit into any of you, thankfully. It's definitely looking pretty ramshackle, but it's still standing for now.
Write it down, baby. Okay, cool. Stick that in my pocket.
Any movement, Meadhan?
Yeah. So that was an action, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's about 10 feet to the door.
Yeah.
So can I go to the other map again, please?
Yep, of course. In fact, now that we're out of here, I'll move it back to the map permanently.
Yeah, I suppose Helen can go back.
Yeah.
Ain't moving nowhere. So his raid will drop because that'll not happen. So is that where it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, how far is she?
She is.
Oh, she's a good distance. Yeah.
Definitely.
But so all the scarecrows have dropped. But these guys have fallen on the ground. So yeah. Now he's not raging. He's a bit more clear of mind. So I'm gonna move 20 feet towards Cal.
My hero.
Up next is Helen.
Yeah.
You have to use 10 feet to get out of the hut, Helen, but once you're outside the hut, you've got the rest of your movement.
Yeah, so I've got 35 feet left. I'll walk up towards probably these guys. I don't know.
You do know, Helen, and on this next round, you will fall incapacitated.
Oh no.
It's a bit sad, isn't it?
It is. Downside of being crystal.
So I'll come along here and I'm going to use my Wholeness of Body to regain 21 HP.
Nice.
And then I would like to... So I'll be incapacitated right after this round.
That's correct, yeah.
So pointless dodging then.
You would still be dodging to the end of your... no, you're right, you wouldn't be. Yeah, that's right, it's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Bonus action dash, or is that just road?
I think you can bonus action
You
dash with a step of the wind.
Yeah, I can do, but then I'll just be there.
Yep.
That's great, that's the end of mine, thank you.
Doke. Baba Lysaga. Nigel is right in front of her. What should she do? Just the thing. Yeah, I think this makes the most sense. She is going to look Nigel in the eye, and you hear this croaky, withered voice, and just say, "Let the madness take you." And she is going to cast Crown of Madness. Did you?
Classic.
Why that didn't go through, but could you please make a... Where is it? I can close this now. Wisdom saving throw, please, Nigel.
Oh.
That is a failure.
No.
So you are charmed by her for the duration. While you're charmed in this way, you see a twisted crown of jagged iron appears on Nigel's head, and madness glows in his eyes with a red light. This means that whilst you're charmed, you must use your action before moving on each of your turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than yourself that you mentally choose, that Baba Lysaga mentally chooses. The target can act normally on its turn if you choose no. Oh wait, the target can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature or if none are within. Okay, she probably wouldn't do that because she knows that's the way the spell works, and Lewis is an idiot. Because I thought you could make them move. But
Baba Lysaga's out there thinking, yeah,
okay.
Lewis.
Yeah, he's rubbish.
I'd like to wrestle his Jimmy.
Nigel's on her. Yeah, she.
How is it up there in dwarf heaven, Kieran?
She 100% do this instead. Then she's going to cast at 5th level. She's going to cast Blight on Nigel.
Oh god! Oh wait, that's a con save. You got this. You got this.
It's a Constitution saving throw for me, please, Nigel. Failure. You take 39 points of necrotic damage.
Okay,
You up?
just about.
Okay.
I've got 3 HP.
She
Counts
looks.
is definitely.
Oh, that's
by
a
the
good
way.
point. Cal needs to do an injury check.
Oh yes. Well done. Hut. Butcher. Oh.
Failure.
God.
So,
Bludgeoning damage.
Roll a d20 for me. Where are
Man,
we?
what a
Unruptured testicle.
17. I don't think that's too bad. You get a broken nose. Your broken nose is painful but doesn't have any adverse effect. Any magical healing mends your nose, or it may heal crooked if it is crooked when the healing is applied.
Go.
And so, yeah, pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
So you got pretty good.
I imagine he fell face into the ground.
Yeah.
Crunch.
Baba Lysaga was not expecting Nigel to still be standing after that, so she looks pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. She ain't gonna try running in that way.
4 times 9.
Actually, she.
36.
If she knows Farrah's a druid, she might.
Yeah, I think she would. Move 30 feet. Attack of opportunity if you choose to take it, Nigel.
Go on.
Hang on.
Thank you.
On Baba Lysaga?
She's moving away from
Oh, fuck it, yeah. Absolutely.
Smack the
That
bitch.
just hits. Just.
12
points of damage.
Oh! Nigel, you've got your teleporty thing, right?
Mhm.
Oh.
Okie doke.
It's alright.
Also
Farrah,
about to fall down.
you are up next.
What, me?
I am.
How?
Did Nigel heal himself with his Nigel heal?
That's
Yeah,
not a
you
good
can,
idea.
yeah. It is Farrah. I've got her on the turn order, but she's on the GM layer because it started in the saber
Oh,
tooth.
sorry. Okay, well there you go.
Well, you got that anyway.
Why have I got wings on me?
You did have bless, but you do no longer have that on you.
You are- You are prone, I would say, from falling.
Yes, 100% you'd be prone.
Prone from falling. Oh,
Double
full
prone.
prone.
Double pro.
Assume you're getting up, so I'll take it off.
Yeah, Farrah's gonna get up. So I've got, well, I got 35, so 15, I guess. Which means I can't go very far at all. Well, she sees Meadhan running after Cal, so she's not too worried about Cal.
Yep.
But she is worried about Baba Lysaga getting away right now. So, she's gonna cast Conjure Animals, Lewis's favourite spell.
Fuck me, I hate this spell so much. Yeah. Roll the fucking initiative for him.
Yeah.
Drag him out. Fucking hate this
I
spell.
I love
Wait-
this thing.
Wait till Ferian gets it with the shepherd buff
my
as well.
God, yeah.
Let me just check that.
In theory, I love it, but it's just so annoying to manage.
Yeah. I think it feels a little overtuned for its level.
I agree, definitely feels overtuned to me.
So yeah, I get 8 snakes. Can I have 4 snakes and then have 1 big one?
If as long as it's within the challenge rating, then yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Like
It's
a
just
fruit salad.
Yeah. So I want 4 little snakes.
I drag them out and put them in a line so I can shrink them easy.
Okay.
Like
Just trying
or something.
It's so annoying.
It'd be easy if you copied and pasted from this.
Yeah, just put one out and then put just 1 token of each out you want. Hannah, and then I'll... Yeah, okay. Kieran's right.
So I want this one.
Now, is that the big one, or is that the little small one?
That one is the large one.
That's the large, so we'll leave that size.
And we want 4 of those.
Okay, 4 of them.
1.
Oh, so it's not the big one, so it is the slightly smaller.
This is the huge one.
Okay.
Then you got that one, which is...
Yeah. Okay.
You got large size and a huge size.
Okay. When I meant large, I meant just the biggest one.
Remember that 10 feet per block, Hannah, so the huge isn't...
I need Lewis to shrink it a bit.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Now you can position them where you want.
Making away, Baba Lysaga-ish. There we go. Surround you.
Then roll initiative for them.
I'll have the both types of snakes just to be the same initiative, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely would be, yeah.
Yeah. I'll roll, they're both the same, okay. Hey.
Oh.
Gross snakes. So they're next, right?
Why did it have to be snakes? No, it's Cal next, who's made his death save, so he can't do anything else.
Yep.
But it is them next.
Yeah. Let's reconstrict.
Okay,
So here's the little ones.
with advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks. First one hits, 7 points. Right, do it. It's one at a time, because it's going to take me time to get. I have to get the HP right. So that is 3. Okay. Second one is a 16, which hits again, so another 6 points of damage. It's third one, please. And with that, Farrah, you see the snakes swarming around this old woman, and she's casting out magical lightning towards them, trying to hit them from her fingertips. But you see slowly just a form being crushed by these smaller snakes, slowly lifting her into the air as they do, and the body, and then you see the giant snake curls up like a cobra and hisses towards her, and then just lunges down and bites her head clean off.
Oh, so good. Love it.
And with that, combat is over. Fucking hell, you did it, guys.
Yeah, no. Not without a prize.
No, certainly not.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Farrah would go and try and search for Osdred.
Do me a perception check.
Meadhan will work on stabilizing and helping Cal.
Yeah, do me a medicine check for Cal, please. That's a good point. I should have stayed in initiative order just for that, but... Oh yeah, you're fine. 23. Cal is stable. And you did have the good berry, I think, as well, that you could have given him.
I did, but I thought I'll try this first. See how it goes.
So, Farrah, it takes you a short little while, but with your snakes helping you search, you do eventually stumble across Osdred's body that lies within the swamp.
Imagine he looks a bit of a state, right? Like,
Yeah. He's face down. He's still wearing his armor. His hair is wet in the swamp. He's just floating on top of, like, almost on top of the water, but sort of half submerged. You sort of turn him over. You can see his face is battered, bruised. He's missing a number of teeth. His eyes are kind of like sort of half shut, but there's no response. There's no life there at all. There's nothing left.
I think she'd just like sort of cradle him a little bit in the snakes and just sort of move and bring him over to the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm. And you see the rest of you. Muriel now is, she's turned back into her human form and is desperately trying to break these ravens out of these cages, and she manages to get a few open them eventually, and kind of turns around to see Farrah with the snakes, much like back at the tower when you met Van Richten, as the rain fell around Osdred as he lay drunk by the edge of the lake. Farrah in the snake form, curled up within, brings the body of your dwarven friend.
Yeah.
And as you do, rain begins to fall.
Yeah. See Farrah, her like fists are clenched next to her. She just can't really look at Osdred properly, but just kind of looking away, and hair getting soaked in the rain, and yeah, you can see she's just a mixture of just really angry and upset.
How did the rest of you react? Is anyone going to use any magical healing on Cal to bring him back? Otherwise he will be unconscious for quite some time.
If I could. Yeah, if he's still unconscious, Meadhan will like pick him up and just kind of bring him over.
Farrah, would you use any healing magic on Cal?
Yeah, Farrah would just nonchalantly just healing word.
Okay.
On Cal.
Roll that for me.
Nigel would go over and help Farrah with Osred's body.
You can see that as you hold Osdred's body in the snake form, you can see it just lying there lifeless, Nigel. Much like pictures before.
Yeah. I think Farrah would be clutching onto the iron oath chain on her side and just be pretty silent, to be honest.
Nigel
will probably.
Sorry, go on.
Because Meadhan will probably just mumble to her that sorry I didn't get him up.
No, it wasn't your fault, Meadhan. It's just because we're here, I guess. It's just circumstances, and just, yeah, my fault as well, perhaps, for not getting there sooner.
His actions were his own. If anyone's to blame, it can only be himself, really.
Correct, Meadhan.
I blame this place. I blame her. And I blame him.
As long as you don't blame yourself.
I can't help but feel some guilt. But I mean, there's only so much I can do.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Muriel walks down next to you, Meadhan, and just places a hand on your arm. She doesn't say anything. She just simply stares on at the lifeless body of Osdred.
Yeah.
The hardy dwarf that could only be brought down by a giant walking hut.
He died how he lived, in a house.
Yeah, you see Farrah, she's just a similar expression, even with Meadhan's little talk, but yeah, she looks towards the rest of the group, who's just, I don't know what people are doing, but she would start to walk away from the swamp, assuming that somebody's got the gem.
Yeah, Meadhan's got it. Which, if you'll start to walk away, Meadhan will probably turn to Muriel and just show it to her. Just say to her, perhaps you should get this back to the family as soon as you can.
Remember
Quickly as you can, even.
what Farrah said about trying the thing first, though.
Saying,
take the gem to the monument.
all the ones across the river.
I can't remember what colour it is. Red ones, right?
If you look in your journal, you'll see that the red one should match up with the one at Yester Hill.
Yeah.
Which is south of the winery.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one I've got, the red one, right?
Yeah, that is the one you're currently carrying.
Oh, okay. Alright, scrap that. I forgot about that.
Can Cal, is, apart from thanking Farrah, though, we can see she's off with Osdred.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to intrude on that. He doesn't feel he's earned his place there yet. He would have gone over to the body of Baba Lysaga
Mm-hmm.
and probably given it a cursory stab through the heart.
Mm-hmm.
But he'd also see if there's anything of worth or use to the group.
Do you mean investigation check?
Don't usually do these when searching.
Oh no, that's a reason.
Hmm.
You search
I'm
on
wondering.
her body, and you do not find anything of value, particularly on her cow, but with a 15, you quickly determine that if she was going to keep anything of valuable on her, it would likely be in the hut.
Stands up. Looks down at body for a sec. What does she look like up close now that battle's over? Is she like this withered old lady or what?
Yeah, you see that. When you do me a give me a general perception check. Quickly get up a good picture so I can actually give you a proper description.
Bear in mind, she is without head.
It would only be off to the side though.
I thought the snake ate it.
Yeah, wouldn't the snake just like swallow it whole?
Yeah, fair point. Yeah, why not? You would be able to see that. What did you get, Cal? A
20.
20. Okay, with that, you look down and you think that she once looked like she was human, but not for a long time, maybe. Her skin is this greyish green colour, before she died, you'd have seen that she's got a very kind of thin but also pointed at her chin kind of face, with a very long, crooked nose with a very kind of furrowed brow. She has this long hair that goes up into kind of like almost like a point at the top, and then also extends down with like these dreadlocks around her back, and then also around the front, which are tied into kind of two kind of braids at the front. You'd be able to see that she's wearing quite a simple cloak, like of a dark greenish colour, with kind of a necklace full of different animal bones lying around her neck.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about all you could make out.
Thank you. Yeah, no, he just kind of take it in and glare down at her for a second before, walking towards the hut with that realization. Need to search the hut for stuff.
So, inside the hut, the illusion that once was there with this ghastly wooden crib that Cal didn't see, but the rest of Nigel and co did, is no longer there. And you see a number of different wardrobes and tables, etc., with which are all bolted to the floor. You see. The one thing that does stand out to you most of all, though, is a barrel-topped wooden chest that's reinforced with these brass bands, and and you can also see this iron tub that's stained with blood.
You're not an idiot. You will leave the hut and wait until it seems like there's an appropriate moment when they're not directly grieving.
Yeah.
Osdred.
Okay.
I mean, if Farrah was walking away, then now would probably be a better time. And to be honest, Meadhan will probably notice you checking it out and probably go and help him.
Then he would say to people, I am weakened from the battle. If anybody would be willing to open the chest, I fear some devious magic or traps.
Very well, I will open it.
Is Nigel going to open it?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yep.
Oh, maybe I should do my magic detection thing first. That might be a good idea.
But what's Farrah doing first? Because she was saying, hold on.
I was gonna dispel magic on it, but I don't know if I've got spells left. 2 conjure animals.
Well, also be careful, because you may end up dispelling some useful magic item inside.
Very true.
True. I don't know if I've got spells left. I'm not sure. I think I do.
Can you not specifically dispel, like, the chest?
I think dispel magic's an AoE.
It is an AoE.
Is it?
No. Choose one creature, object, or magical effect.
Okay.
Within range. Yeah.
Cool.
If that helps.
So who's standing around the chest first? It's Cal, Meadhan, Nigel, and Farrah. Or is Farrah not standing? Or is she walking off with Osdred with the snakes?
Well, yeah, I think Farrah would be walking off. I don't think she's.
Okay, so Farrah's walking off. Helen, what would you be doing? Would you either be with the other group, or would you be walking towards Farrah?
Helen would be hanging around sort of nearish the chest, so she can vaguely know what's going on, but not really involved.
Right, so who's opening the chest, or if anyone's doing anything else?
Nigel will do the magic awareness before he opens the chest.
Okay, so you're casting Detect Magic. So, Nigel, you get a number of pings coming from this chest. You get... Quickly check something. you get 2 pings, which seem to indicate some kind of healing magic. You get another ping that it's hard to make out exactly, but some kind of magical item. You're not sure exactly what kind of magic it is. You'd also get a ping that you get a number of small little pings of these like small little objects that kind of, it just feels like sort of general. It doesn't feel like a specific magic type, more just this general magic cool nature. You get another one that again kind of feels, it's different, but it kind of feels similar. It just feels like it's more this general kind of magical kind of item. And then finally you get the sense that there is some kind of abjuration magic on top of this chest.
Okay, right.
Abjuration, Nigel would know. Actually, roll an Arcana check for Nigel.
Thank you, because Anja doesn't know what that is.
Yeah, Nigel would know that abjuration is like protection magic.
Okay, alright. Yeah, he'd just say there is some kind of magic, abjuration magic, trying to protect the box from being, but there are healing things inside and other magical items.
Well, if you'll forgive me, you look like you took some heavy hits just now as well. Perhaps some of the less battered and bruised amongst us could take a peek.
Osdred will open the chest.
Throw his body on it.
Get his hammer out and
So,
smash the box.
if you guys could please describe to me exactly what you're doing and where you are, if you're going to try and open the chest.
Cal is on the threshold of the hut. He's like outside peeking in, and
how many feet? Like about 10 feet, but it's about 15 feet across the hut.
So the chest is on the other side, or in the middle?
It's on the left-hand side. So from the door, it's about 15 feet.
Yeah, that's how far away I am.
Okay. Everyone else?
So Nigel's opened the chest and going through it, or just detected?
He's just detected it. He's not opened it yet.
Detected, said stuff about it, and then Cal just said perhaps some of the people who aren't on death's door should open.
So, seeing that Helena really doesn't seem to be perking up or interested, or has that changed, George?
She's not that interested, but she is keeping an eye on what's sort of coming out.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, Meadhan will step forward and give Nigel a pat on the back and indicate him to sort of move back with Cal or something by the door.
So is Nigel going to stand by Cal about 15 feet away?
Yeah, he'd sort of move back.
Or wherever Nigel wants to go.
Muriel would be about 30 feet back, watching where Farrah is. She's a bit further back.
Still walking away. She's just kind of...
Is Helen going to stand with Cal as well?
She's probably around 15 feet away, but not with sort of on her own.
Okay. So,
peering through a window or something.
What's Meadhan doing?
So Nigel did detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
Did Farrah use dispel magic?
No, she hasn't. No.
I don't have the spell slot. I did.
Ah, right, okay. But yeah, go on then. Yeah. Do I have anything? I don't think. Yeah, help. Investigate it and see if you can see anything.
Okay, do a... Where is it?
Investigation?
Bear with me. I've lost what it was. Apologies. Investigation check, please.
Yeah.
You don't notice anything in particular on it, even with Nigel pointing it out to you. You're not. Actually, do it with advantage, because Nigel's pointing it out. Just pointing out there is some kind of magic on there.
Stuff on it. Okay.
Again, you don't actually see anything. You're like, just looks like a chest to me.
Yeah. Was it unlocked as well?
You haven't even tried to open it.
Yeah. Can't tell. Go on then. He goes for the lid. He goes to lift it. What happens?
Okay, you go to lift it up, and you see this rune light up on top of the chest. Could anyone within 20 feet needs to make... That's such a long description.
Is it the big one or the small one?
Whatever it is, Meadhan jumps on top of it like a live grenade.
Fire in the hole!
Sorry.
Glyph or symbol? Gold.
Yeah, can each make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
I assume this is something I can see.
Yes.
Advantage for the Barbies.
As it lights up with like a lightning style effect.
Oh.
Advantage.
Advantage.
So it's 19.
No, I've already done it. It's
Oh,
19.
yeah.
You're on 19.
Oh, that's alright.
19.
It's okay, don't worry.
And Helen said she was 15 feet away.
Yep, so Helen needs to make it as well.
Beep, 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 beep.
So roll me. What?
A dexterity saving throw, please, George.
This
Oh.
is great. In my head, we're cartoons and we've all got our head poking around the door frame, like one on top of the other, all looking around.
So anyone who got less than a 17 takes the full damage from this. Anyone who got over a 17 takes half damage. So,
What was that, sorry?
so anyone who got more than a 17 or more, passes and takes half damage from this. So they would take 13 points of damage. If you
Nigel's down.
You either took 27 points of damage if you...
Did I mention I was raging? I was doing it really angrily.
So, can I get a Constitution saving throw from you, please, Nigel?
Yep.
Pass.
23.
Does anyone else go down? I don't think so, right?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So you see this
How
lightning streak out and strike into the area around you, like sort of scorching areas of the huts, hitting into Nigel, hitting into Cal, knocking you aside, and kind of you roll back into the swamp, into the water. What do you do? Farrah, you turn around, you can see this.
Okay, I heard it then.
Mm-hmm.
So she would
Combat.
run back.
I suppose you sort of would, because you would, well...
Because you need to be doing death saves, don't you?
Yeah, you're correct. Quickly, everyone roll initiative for me now.
Sorry.
Bit unusual, no, but Kieran's 100% right. So, I think that's everyone. The Meadhan is at the top of the round. He can see Nigel and Cal have both gone down.
Mm-hmm. He just leaves the chest open and runs over to Nigel first, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try stabilize?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Bonk.
That is enough to stabilize Nigel.
Thank you.
Farrah, you're up next.
Yeah.
You're about 30 feet away, so you're still within range. Get to them.
Can she see him?
Mm-hmm, definitely. They're at the door.
Then yeah, she healing words whoever's not being stabilised by Meadhan.
The cow.
Yep.
With that, I will end the enriched order because everyone is fine. There's 5 healing to Cal.
Yeah, so she will leave Osdred for now and walk over to everybody and just ask, what happened.
Lysaga's chest had a magical enchantment on it that we just bore the brunt of. I don't know whether it's spent now, but Nigel detected a number of magical items within.
Farrah and Cal, do an Arcana check for me. And anyone who's listening to Cal say this, do an Arcana check.
Okay.
Meadhan,
Hello.
you vaguely remember hearing about traps like these just on your adventure, just on your sort of traveling days with your band of like stories and hearing other storytellers, and you 100% remember seeing a bard in Leylon, a man with a thick moustache and long sort of braided hair, telling a story about a trap he encountered once in a deep underground tomb, and he called it a glyph of warding, and he told you that his friend was badly wounded by it, and he told like a small crowd of people. He told the story heroically, how he saved the day and everything. But one thing you do remember specifically about the story is that you remember he said that once activated, the trap seemingly was no longer there.
Yeah. He will relay that in the form of I think that was the hag's last laugh. I think it's dead.
Yeah, and Farrah brings up Nigel as well with 5 HP.
Okay, so Nigel also feel a healing magic pass through your veins, and you pull yourself back to your feet once more, looking groggy and
Much like I did this morning after my 12-hour nap.
precisely. So, inside the chest, now that it's open, you can see a number of items. So,
Quick, Osdred,
You see-
identify. Oh,
I was thinking the same.
so
That's what you get for me,
inside you see a significant amount of gold. You see probably over 1,000 gold pieces in total. It's 1,300 gold pieces that is lining the bottom of this chest. Anything else is sitting on top of it. You see 5 very valuable looking gemstones. If anyone wants to do an investigation check for me, and if they've got proficiency with jeweler's kits, you can do it with advantage, or you can double your proficiency.
I do not, but I will investigate.
When Helen automatically gets to double her proficiency on the investigation check as well, because she
Oh,
is
of
the
course.
crystal. She has innate knowledge of crystals
Oh,
and gemstones.
Just imagine Helen just picking them all up, looking at everyone else and being like,
Mine.
What are you going to say, eating them?
So if anyone else would like to make an investigation check, and if you want to, Helen, you can, with double your proficiency modifier.
yeah, I'll have a look. Mm,
Oh, Farrah loves her gems.
You would
See
count
Helen
as,
roll a 1
you would
now.
count as being proficient even if you're not proficient in investigation for this, Helen. Farrah did get an actual 20 there.
how does that? What do I do?
So just roll the roll and then I'll tell you what it should be.
Oh, okay.
Plus 6, I believe. So 12. So
Yeah.
yeah, Helen, you're not exactly sure. They look very valuable to you, but Farrah, you recognise that There's 5 gemstones, and they're each worth about 500 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Let me quickly have a look. If someone else actually could search up for me what gemstones are worth that much, that would be super helpful for me. You also see a
I can do that.
vial containing what looks like a small amount of this oil. If anyone, let me just quickly see. It's quickly check my magic item rules. Yeah, you have to have it identified to know what it is. Unfortunately, it's a very rare item. You see, you see 2 spell scrolls, which you can identify because you do not need to identify a spell scroll, in my opinion. It should have written on what's on there. So you can see there is a spell scroll of Mass Cure Wounds,
Oh,
and there is a spell scroll of Revivify.
Ooh.
Pardon?
too late.
That's both very good.
It's too late. It's 1 minute. Another cruel twist of fate. I see why the fucking developers put that scroll here, because it's like a rubbing the salt in the wound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Because if a character,
Then last
this is an
minute.
infamous TPK spot or just character death spot, and if your character dies and you don't get to the Revivify score in 1 minute, then you can't use it.
In bursts.
Oh, Osdred wouldn't want to. He's severely depressed from that injury.
And I would rule that with Revivify you have to, the person like the Matt Mercer ruling, where you have to want to return in some capacity. At least with Revivify. I think maybe with Raise Dead, I think you can force it maybe.
If that were the case, would it still be spent?
No, I would not rule that being spent.
Okay.
I'll be right just 1 second.
I would. Saying cool.
You also find a pouch containing a number of small metal balls, 10 of them in total. They feel very magical. If anyone is proficient in Arcana, or just anyone wants to make an Arcana check, you can.
Oh, I think the only person proficient in Arcana is Nigel as well.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Nah, I'm happy with Farrah's.
Someone can give me bardic
You sure?
inspiration if they like.
No, you can't.
Damn it. It's worth a try.
Currently, none of you are sure what it is.
Oh, man. Okay.
Go on then, I'll have a look.
No, Meadhan, not either. Helen, would you like to? Don't have to if you don't want to.
She wouldn't unless someone asked her to.
Everyone else has tried, but they have no idea. But
Yeah.
so it depends if they ask. Helen, I suppose.
I would ask and should give her guidance, because I keep forgetting that I've got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Farrah asks you, Helen, and gives you guidance. Thank you, by the way, Tom.
Huh?
Ooh, with guidance, it might make the difference.
What was the guidance again?
D4. Okay. With that,
Guidance touch.
you recognise Helen, just with a hint of magic running through you from Farrah. These are 10 plus 1 sling bullets. And there's 2 more items. One, again, anyone can make an Arcana check on. They look like a set of pipes with like these 2 kind of small, tiny, sort of bird skull heads on. Was Farrah doing guidance again? She didn't say it.
Our guidance, Nigel.
Okay. So currently, Farrah or Al'Qell do not know what it is.
What does guidance do for
Adds a
Nigel?
plus D4. So you have to roll the Arcana check and then you plus a D4.
Oh, that was Meadhan. I got excited then. No, the 18 was so close.
Any inspirations? You would be able to determine what these are during a
Full moon.
during a short rest, and one an interrupter out now. So you know that.
Sure. So if we stare at it real hard for a whole hour, we know what it is.
Yeah, you get to
Yeah.
learn its magical
Right.
property. Anyone else want to try? Would anyone else ask Helen again, since she seems to be the only one who's capable in this group?
Can I give guidance to her as well, or is that cheap?
No, of course, yeah.
Okay, guidance to Helen.
So, if you want to make another Arcana check, Helen? No, this time, none of you are sure. And finally, there is one more item, which again, everyone can make an Arcana check for.
Oh my god, we're just the apes next to the monolith.
Guidance on. Oh, everyone rolled already.
I haven't rolled.
Cow. Guidance on cow.
Yeah! My big +1 modifier. There you
Oh.
go. You're welcome.
Nigel, you are proficient in Arcana, right? Is that right? Is Nigel proficient in Arcana?
Yes.
He is.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, Nigel does know what this is. You see the stone? It's shaped in a tiny, like, cat's head with with a
Violin.
green eye. Unfortunately, it's not Violin. It's
Damn
a
it.
stone of good luck.
Ooh.
You know that whilst this is on your person, you gain a +1 bonus to ability checks and saving throws.
Why do my characters always end up with some kind of cat totem?
I didn't. This is
Because you enabled it and what did?
I'll show that to the players.
Okay.
Oh, right,
It's
cool.
stone of good luck. It gives you greater ability checks and helps you. No, he doesn't know what a fucking ability check is, does he? Because it's not how it works.
You translate it. I'm imagining him.
Yeah, it gives
Make
you
you
greater
do stuff
skill.
good.
Very
No, Nigel's changed. Don't know.
saving throws. is
Creeps
the
me out.
important bit there.
What do you mean it creeps you out?
It's creepy. Pitcher's voice.
Yeah, there is. So, apart from that, you found, like I said, you found 2 spell scrolls, the Massacre and Revivify. You found the pouch containing 10 +1 sling bullets. You found these weird magical pipes. You found a stone of good luck, and you found this small vial containing this like oil inside. You're not exactly sure what it is. It feels it feels quite powerfully magical. And like I said, the 500 gold piece gemstones, and you got the 1300 gold pieces. So, if people
What?
write that down, that would be grand.
What were we looking for here from the reading?
And you would find one other thing. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. Fucking hell, I can't believe I forgot this. You would also find right at the bottom of this pile, you would find Nigel, with your detect magic, you would get very strong magical kind of essence coming from what beneath it is buried a book.
Ooh. What kind? Would you know what kind of magic?
You see, it would be a lot of different kinds of magic at once. The main one that would be emanating off of it would be, just quickly, have a look, would be abjuration. There'd also be elements of conjuration and other things, though. You can see atop it, the book is bound in like a thick leather cover with like steel hinges and fastenings. You can see the pages are of like parchment and very brittle. And atop it, you see it's got a symbol that is in the shape of what you've seen before, which is like a raven in front of a castle. The symbol of Ravenloft.
Holy shit.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, my literary self wants to crack that book right open, but is that a good idea?
We should
Given-
probably look for horrible, evil glyph magic on it first, maybe.
Yeah, might be an idea. Yeah, he'd examine it, see if there's any
Yeah, do an investigation check for me.
investigation. Investigation.
Okay, Nigel, it does not seem to be trapped in any way as far as you can tell. You give it a thorough look over. Does not
Okay.
appear to be trapped in any way.
Then he'd open it and see what's inside.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Oh fuck!
I don't understand the reference.
He just arrives in a suit. It's like, I'm looking for a Mr. Osdred.
So, Nigel, you leaf through the pages of this book. Some torn, some flooded or burned, some branded with unknowable symbols, and others still artfully scribed with a murky black ink in a foreign script that you do not recognise. The tale is long, though it appears as gibberish, save the first page, which transforms before your eyes into the common tongue. It reads, I, Strahd, Lord of Barovia, well aware certain events of my reign have been desperately misunderstood by those who are better at garbling history than recording it. Hereby set down an exact record of those events, that the truth may at last be known. The pages then flutter open to a blank pair along the spine, and you look around, Nigel, suddenly as streaks of lightning begin to crackle out of the pages of this book from the binding itself. They strike out towards each of you. You desperately try and avoid it, but there's no chance you're getting away from this. Each of you are struck as the lightning seems to curve around corners, directly heading towards you. And as you are hit, your vision fades, and from the blackness now surrounding you, a hungry fog rolls along the ground. Each of you shout, and there is nothing. The mist chokes closer. From the growing cloud, a man clad in black cloak and a regal red tunic looks at you with a stern face and piercing eyes. He steps towards you with the grace of a king. Your eyes meet his cold glare as it bears down upon you, and he speaks. I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. You begin to see the visage of the man disperses into a black and red cloud before reforming into a young boy, no older than 12, with a small sword at his side and tears streaming down his cheeks. The mists recede further, revealing a glorious, well-adorned and sunlit castle courtyard. The low buzz of insects and humidity add weight to this summer air around you. It's the first time in almost a month that many of you have seen through sunlight. And for you, Cal,
Yep.
it has been far too long.
Well, yes, but also drow bad times.
Hanging high above you, you see a red banners draped over towering ramparts that depict the same raven iconography cast in metal on the front of the book that you've just opened. The boy that stood before you moments ago now sits atop a small set of stairs leading to a wooden door. From beyond it, you can hear distant but boisterous laughter, and I will move you over to the map. Let me quickly check something. You guys should not be able to see anything. That is good.
Nope.
Right here.
Oh, Nigel, what have you done?
If you would like to place your tokens here.
Where, sorry?
One more time?
Here.
Aha.
So looking around you, you see tall walls surrounding you. You see a large set of double doors in the distance, a set of stairs leading up to them, and a small boy with a sword sitting on the side of it with tears running down his face. And you hear boisterous laughter coming from this room over here. There are windows on each of the rooms, but they are completely faded out. You can't see through them, and they almost look completely obscured. How do you each react? You've just suddenly gone from a dank, horrible swamp, each of you struck with this strange lightning that didn't seem to hurt as it touched, but instantly made you fall into blackness, and then your eyes opened to see Strahd von Zarovich in front of you. And then the scene formed from the mists into what you see before you.
I would wince in the sunlight and dart into the shade.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Farrah's looking around. She's like, just confused. She's like, where are we? Is this another trick from Strahd?
It must be.
Cal wants to look down at his boots.
Mm-hmm.
Is there mud on his boots?
There is.
Sorry.
It's a strange dream, if it is one. I can still smell the mud from the swamp.
Yeah, Farrah's looking around for Osdred. Obviously, it's not.
There.
What can we hear?
So you can hear. Actually, just do a perception check. Meadhan. Not the best. You can hear the sound of birds cheeping and twittering from trees in the sort of around the courtyard. You definitely feel the wind. It's quite a windy. Feels like a windy day, as it kind of some of the windows kind of rattle occasionally from the wind itself. You hear the water kind of trickling down from this fountain in the centre of the courtyard, and beyond it you hear the kind of slight sniffling of a small boy. And then finally you hear, coming from this room, this direction, you hear the sound of what sounds like boisterous laughter.
He kind of dips his hand down into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Does it just feel like normal water?
It does.
Probably tries to cup some in his hand and take a sip.
Yeah, and it tastes refreshing.
Kind of looks to whoever's nearest Farrah, I guess, and just gives her a nod. Just like, Maybe takes another mouthful.
Fresh water in a fountain. Did you see this boy over here?
Yeah,
What's he doing?
he's just sitting on the stairs. He does not seem to have noticed you. He's got a small wooden sword by his side, and he's sniffling and looks like he's been crying.
Is Nigel still holding the book?
He's not. No.
The book isn't there.
Nope.
Fuck.
Yeah, Cal notices that and kind of looks at Nigel and just says, "Well, I think we might be here for a little while at least."
Sorry, everyone.
Oh, curious.
What can we see if we look south? What's over that way?
South, you look eventually, and it moves out slightly and eventually arrives at what looks like a bridge that's sort of heading off over like a white marble stone, crossing like a river. But when you look out further, Meadhan, it's just a wall of endless mist.
Like we're surrounded or something.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of points towards it and says, "I suppose that ain't right."
No, although we've been surrounded by mist since we got here, but that's quite close.
Is the little boy, does he look at all like Strahd?
Do a perception check for me. Nigel,
14.
you notice that he does bear a striking resemblance to Strahd von Zarovich.
Yeah.
Kill him!
Yep. Cal's
Yeah.
thinking that.
What was that?
Well, if this place is real, that's why Cal was looking for the mud on his boots and stuff, and he notices Meadhan tasting the water. And if this is young Strahd, then there's a temptation to take him out of the equation now before he grows up and becomes a doddering dickhead.
But we could raise him as our own and make him respectable.
I assume something just happened to the football. Either that or my dad has just had a heart attack.
Or both.
Pretty good.
I think Farrah was very dubious that this has gone back in time. But, yeah.
Back then.
She would address the kids, and she'd be like, "Where are we?"
The boy kind of looks up for a second, as if looking around as if no one's there.
Oh.
And he says, "Hello? Is somebody there?"
Farrah kind of does a meek wave and looks around to the group, see if he notices anyone else.
Kind of like. Sorry, go on. Cal.
Sorry, go. I was just going to say, Cal kind of looks at her urgently and whispers, "We don't know what we're dealing with here. Do we really want to interact?"
He as you're waving, Farrah, you go to stop. He's like looking around as if no one's there, and then kind of focuses in a second, and he's like, and looks at you and kind of blinks a couple of times, and almost like seems to like sort of recognize your presence now, and it's like, hello, I did not see you. He kind of rubs his eyes and tries to clear the tears off of his face fast. He looks quite kind of anxiously clearing them off of his face, and then kind of stands up straight and kind of tries to present himself slightly. And he's like, can I help you?
Farrah just kind of nods and slightly looks over to Cal and nods at him. I said before, looking back at him, and she's like,
Cal's pressed himself back against this wall.
Yeah, it's more sort of half addressed to Cal and half addressed to the kid when she says, well, you've noticed me now, and the question is the same. Do you know where we are?
You are at my home. The ancestral home of my father, King Baroth.
Can he see any of the other group, or is it just Farrah?
Doesn't seem to notice they're there at the moment.
Okay. Well,
I mean, Meadhan's probably making a splash or two, because at this point he's kind of like half drinking it, half just washing himself.
Still doesn't seem to recognise that you're there. He only seemed to notice Farrah when she sort of directly addressed him.
Huh.
What? Are you here to see my father?
I'm not really sure why I'm here. Who's your father?
My father is King Barov.
King Barov?
Yes.
King of
Sure.
Barovia?
No. What is Barovia?
I guess it's where I thought that I was.
That is not here.
Where's here?
His eyes kind of go blank for a second, and then he's like sort of staring through you almost, and then just sort of looks up to your eyes and again and says, "You are in my ancestral home of my father, King Barov."
That is creeped out.
If Osdred isn't here, he would have bitch slapped that kid by now. Oh, twice.
And what does your father reign over? What land? What's the name?
Again, he seems to just go blank when you ask this question. Almost as if he doesn't know the answer. And then says, "He rules over all of our kingdom."
Oh my god, this kid.
He says I am meant to become lord of this castle one day, though I will replace him. My mother thinks I'll make a great lord.
This castle? What's the name of this castle?
Barov Castle.
Barov Castle.
Did you want me to fetch my father?
Maybe first you can tell me more about this castle. Like, how many people are here?
There's lots of people here. There's my advisor, my father's advisor, Rahadin. My mother is here, but she is in bed currently. She is pregnant. And we have many servants here.
Hey, Farrah, ask him what year it is.
She nods. Hey, do you mind telling me what the year is? What's the date?
The date is 200 current year.
What date do we think it is?
You, as far as you're aware, it is 1491 DR, not current year.
What?
So the standard date within Forgotten Realms is called DR, which is for Dale reckoning. It means. And he said that it was 200 current year.
That's before DR.
Nope.
You never even heard of it.
It doesn't relate at all.
It'd be anything.
Oh, okay. All right.
Doesn't sound familiar to the year, the namings of the years that you would be familiar with.
Okay.
That's kind of useless.
Yeah.
Huh. Meadhan just shrugs and continues washing.
You hear, as you're washing, Meadhan, you hear another big chuckle come from this room here.
Did you say you said there were windows, didn't you?
There are, and as you look over to them, they're completely misted up. You cannot see through them.
Like even if you were to get up close.
Mm-hmm. You get right up. Even if you get right up close to them, it's almost like it's just completely obscured.
What if I put my ear to it? Can I hear anything a bit better?
Do a perception check.
Come on. That was better.
Okay, 19. Okay, in that case, then you start to listen at the sort of the wall, and you hear like quite a gruff man. He says, "You must push the boy harder, Adin. My son will one day be a great leader, and will leave our lands in their history books." And then you hear Rahadin respond and say, "King Beroth, the prince is still far too young to lead. And more than that, he is brash, foolish, and overzealous." And then the conversation almost seems to like kind of fade out as you hear that. It's almost like you can't, you try and push your ear closer and you just can't hear anything now. Just silence.
Well, no, like as he hears that voice again, I assume it's kind of recognizable. I assume it hasn't really changed.
Yeah, 100% recognizable. Yeah.
The Meadhan would say out loud, "Rahadin," and then did you say there was a door or just windows?
Just windows.
He's gonna smack at the window.
Okay, are you gonna try and smash it, or are you just like banging on it?
Smash it.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Wait. How big is this window?
They're not massive. They're like kind of in the shape of kind of like an arch, and they're maybe like 5 feet tall, maybe, and about 3 foot wide.
5'3". That sounds, just squeeze through it.
Yeah.
Squeeze through it, right?
Maybe, yeah.
5 feet tall, 3 feet wide. I think so. Might scrape stuff on the glass, but yeah, fuck it. He'll smash that.
Yeah, make an attack roll for me.
Recklessly.
Yeah, if you want, yeah, I'll allow it. In this case.
There we go.
You swing in, the glass shatters, and behind it, it's just this wall of mist.
I notice.
You definitely would notice, Farrah, that Meadhan's just smashed, but the boy himself does not react at all.
Okay.
I want to do a thing, but I'm sure I've dealt with mist before. Has Meadhan dealt with mist before?
It's up to you, I don't know.
How would it feel if he sort of started climbing through to sort of poke his head in?
If you start coming through, you start to choke on this fog. Any push any further, you'd have to make a Constitution saving throw.
And I'm guessing you can no longer hear Rahadin or the other guy at all.
Completely silent.
He cannot see a thing, cannot hear a thing.
Exactly. Heavily obscured, this area.
Yeah. Then he'd back off and just keep like staring through to hopefully see if they come back. But he's mad, he's angry, not raging, but he's upset.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of questions to ask little baby Strahd. Well, first she would ask his name. What's his name?
My name is Strahd von Zarovich.
Okay, confirms it.
What is your name?
My name. He looks unsure for a minute, but it's Farrah Fellmirr.
That is a nice name.
Thank you. You say your father is the king, yes?
Yes, he is. He is a great and brilliant king.
Why were you crying now then?
He kind of looks down, like slightly ashamed. He says, I was... And he holds up this wooden sword. He says, my father's advisor, Rahadin, he is training me, and he's a difficult teacher, and he pushes too hard sometimes. But I should be better. I must be strong if one day I rule in my father's stead.
Being strong physically as a king seems pretty pointless now. That's why you have subjects.
My father says that a king must be strong if he is to conquer his enemies and waylay them in battle. A king must lead from the front.
I'm thinking there's a door up there.
There is a big set of double doors.
Can you try and pull it open?
Yep. You pull them open, Meadhan. They're quite stiff, but you pull them open, and behind is just this fog, this wall of fog and mist.
Same fog.
Mm-hmm.
I'm frustrated now. Actually, at which point he'll then approach the boy. How do I get through this mist?
He kind of blinks a second, like again looking through. He's like, "Who is there?" And then and then you seem to sort of come into vision for him. He's like, "Oh, I did not see you. I apologize. Are you Miss Fellmir's friend?"
I am, but right now I haven't got time to talk. I need to get to Rahadin.
I believe he is with my father at the moment. They will, if you wish to see them, I'm sure they will, be out in a short while. Rahadin still needs to finish my training.
Or he can come train with me. Where is he? How do I get to him?
I said he's in my father's office, and he points over here and says, I'm sure he'll be here any moment.
Did you say he pointed to
where you heard the laughter?
What about the mist?
The what?
Kind of looks to Farrah and rolls his eyes, shakes his head, and stomps off. And just dunks his face in the water.
Farrah stands up. If you could encourage your father out, we'd like to meet him, if that's okay.
Of course, I'll... And then as you say that, Farrah, you hear footsteps coming from beyond the mist. And then you see the face of a familiar figure appear at the top. And he doesn't even seem to notice you're there, and he just looks to Strahd. And he says, "Boy, come. We must train with the blade. And we will return to training at once." And the boy kind of gets to his feet and does a bow towards him. And then you hear a voice echo around the entirety of the area you're in. A familiar voice. You hear, "Yet the past now is filled only with regret." And you see around you the mists completely consume the figures of Rahadin and this small boy, and they rush towards you, fastly consuming all of you.
Just as that is happening, the moment he would have heard Rahadin, he would have just gotten out and wanted to start moving, but just been shouting, "No, no, no," as the mist kind of closes it.
Exactly.
While Farrah was talking to...
Yeah, sorry.
Baby Strahd. Not at all, I didn't try and interject or anything. But I think Cal, from the Shadows would have tried to use Divine Sense,
Mm-hmm.
see if we got anything off the boy. Celestial, Fiend, or Undead.
You use it, Cal, and you don't get any pings at all. You don't. Usually, though, when you cast this, you get some semblance of life from like creatures around you, and you get a ping from Nigel, from Helen, from Meadhan, from Farrah. And the boy, there's nothing there. It's almost as if you cast it normally, and there would be someone right in front of you, you'd get a sense that they were there to some extent. But this is like it's like they're just not even there.
Cool.
You start to hear another voice as the mist just completely surrounds you in this grey fog, and you hear the voice once more echo through, and it says, "I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god." And the mists begin to coalesce before you once more into the familiar visage of a dusk elf that you saw. The face of Rahadin, not aged a day. You hear the chattering of voices and the clanking of metal sing from outside the walls of what you now realise you're standing in is an enormous tent. I'll move you across once more. Hopefully you should be able to see this scene.
Yeah. My days.
So I'm just going to preface this quickly just by saying I hope you guys realise this might be a fairly railroady section of the campaign.
Yeah.
I hope you guys don't mind and we'll play along just for maybe a session.
Not at all. I'm settled for story time.
Yeah, it's very story-ish time. So,
Who's this taking?
Actually, can I go for a quick pee?
yes, of course you can. Yeah, you'll soon find out, Kieran.
Strahd cast A.
You got Tom.
Kieran, are you going to use the homebrew Brick Warrior that I found? as your
Brick
character?
Warrior. I've got a character in mind, but I might think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, apologies, Kieran. This is what I meant when I said.
Osdred wouldn't have wanted to see this. He wouldn't give two shits.
Yeah, he'd be heckling.
I did not think he would, but I know that, and like I said to you the other day, Kieran, that it might be a session or two where you don't get to do an awful lot, but now hopefully now you understand why I couldn't introduce your character.
Yeah.
It won't just be Kieran, like by the looks of it.
Yeah, like I said, it'll be a fairly railroady section, but I don't think it'll be much more than a section.
Yeah.
Howard hasn't come across the phrase current year.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Let's wait for Stefan to return.
It's like Karen, Islam. It's like the 15th century now, I think. Because they date it from Muhammad.
Yeah. It's all just arbitrary.
Yeah. Like in Warhammer.
We're in the 30th year of our Lord Tom since he was born.
What do they use in Warhammer? Is it based on Anno Domini, or is it like different?
It's different. If you're talking about the old world.
Oh no, 40k.
Oh, in 40k. I think it probably is Anno Domini, yeah.
Well, because it's meant to follow human history, but it goes so far in advance. But it doesn't matter.
Is. It is humanity, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe level 8 now, so I can fly.
Yes, you do actually all level up to level 8.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Whoa.
How many more days has Helen got before she's
One more day.
Dunzo Magunzo? Fucking hell.
No, sorry, 2 more days. 2 more days.
Okay.
If I want to make a selection of characters list, am I allowed to show people? Obviously not plot points, but general ideas.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. brick warrior.
Well,
Time
well,
to
like,
roll out Armitage.
We'll have to discuss before you show them to
Yeah.
everyone else, Kieran. Do discuss them with me first, though. 'Cause
Yeah, obviously, because there's that one I've got in mind is very there's a lot of plot in it.
Exactly, and I do want a character to come in who's got specific motivations to go against Strahd, because
He's a dick.
well, yeah, there's that, but also it's as much as I didn't mind putting in a lot of motivation for Meadhan, it will extend the campaign significantly again. So I'm quite happy with the length it's going to be. So, but a character
Be like Cal.
similar to Cal,
Hates Strahd.
100%.
I'll be Cal's friend. He turned up.
And by the way, you all do, once you come in here, you do all feel weirdly rested, and you get the benefits of a long rest.
What?
Maybe I should base my
Right now.
person on that Captain Phillips guy. I am the captain now.
I don't know if you heard, Steph, but you do level up to level 8 as well.
I didn't hear that.
Kind of
I rolled a 10 on my HP.
nice. But we'll sort that out at the end of the session, because we've got about half an hour left, because I know George wants to stop at 10:30 today.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the mist coalesces into the figure first of Rahadin, and you hear the chatter of voices and the clanking of metal sing from outside the walls of what you realise you're standing in is now an enormous tent. Its primary occupant is a colossal, like circular table atop which is carved an intricate scale map that each of you recognise, especially you, Cal, to be the lands of Barovia. The model mountains climb to nearly 5 feet in the air, some of them, and its valleys sink deep into the tabletop. A voice to your left orders, and you hear it begins to order. It says, "Commander Gwilym, the table is yours." And you see the order was delivered by a man that is familiar to you, but it looks still fairly young. Looks perhaps in his late 20s, early 30s, and his hair is well manicured and jet black. And his determined face is familiar to you, in that it is Strahd von Zarovich. He stands now, though, clad in scarlet armour, adorned with angelic feathers etched in gold leaf. They sort of turn to each other and command this. He looks to this commander in the centre, and he walks forward and he says, "Of course, yes, sir. Right, the plan of attack is scheduled to take place on the morn. Here is what we currently know. The Kingdom of Delmore is proud and plans to fight rather than be starved out of their castle. The castle itself, it sits high on a cliff overlooking a valley, and the knights will have nowhere to go but down towards the village. Meanwhile, the people of Zemay are commoners who will not stand in the way, and we will do what we can to protect them. The Lord General, Strahd von Zarovich, will hold the real forces from the village of Zemay. Meanwhile, Commander Rahadin will hold the base of the hill and monitor the tree line to ensure we are not routed. Meanwhile, I will ride up the hill to the castle to challenge the remaining forces directly." And then he looks to you across the table, as if he's like directly looking at all of you, and he says, "Lieutenants, please stand to order." And he kind of salutes.
Is he looking at us to salute?
He's definitely looking at you to salute, yeah.
Good. Farrah meekly salutes, I guess.
What do the rest of you do?
Helen would see, but not enthusiastically.
Mm-hmm. What about Cal? What do you do?
How I don't think would salute.
Yeah.
He kind of
Meadhan wouldn't.
squares his shoulders and grits his teeth, clenches his fists, and kind of staring at Strahd.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Meadhan?
More or less the same, but Rahadin
Yeah.
instead.
And finding Nigel, how would you be reacting? If Nigel's there.
Yeah, sorry, I was struggling to unmute myself.
That's all right.
Nigel would probably just sort of look around at the others and be like, yeah, probably not salute.
What else is in this room, by the way? Because Farrah's looking around.
This picture's not exact, but you do see that the tent itself stands around about 20 feet around you and about 12 foot tall. Like I said, the most interesting thing in front of you is this enormous table with this huge like model of the lands of Barovia. It's like a 3D model that stands above you. It's not just a map.
Okay.
Like a war map.
Yeah, like a war map, exactly. Around you, you would see some an area with like weapons adorned upon. It looks like quite a fancy room for like it definitely looks like a war tent, but it looks fairly kind of regal. There would be Raven iconography around, like in the different places around. That would be mostly what you see, to be honest.
Does the map look any different to what we know of Barovia?
Do a history check for me. It does look sort of familiar to what you know, and Farrah, like you kind of pick out the obvious places. You look on top of the hill, and you do not see Castle Ravenloft at all. And the castle they're referring to on top of this hill seems to be far off in the distance, almost like outside and beyond a crest to the west. This map extends like outwards even further than you don't realise. And it seems to be this area that's beyond Kresk to the west.
Do you remember when we were really far on the left of bottom of the map?
Yeah.
And we were right next to the mists, and we could see something through the mists?
Mm-hmm.
Is that on the map?
Yes. And that's what you would recognise, that beyond there you would see a castle that's not on a hill. And you can't see iconography on it, obviously, because it's very small. But this place... Do a quick insight check for me. Got any inspiration? You're not sure, Farrah. To be honest, you're not sure what this...
I'll do my inspiration.
You are going to use it, okay.
With guidance.
With guidance, okay. With guidance, that is enough. You do recognise this to be the castle that you stood in only moments ago. It looks like the ancestral home of Strahd himself, this part of the map. And this castle seems to be like north of that ancestral home. And you would recognise it as well with that insight check, that this area would be beyond the mists west of Kresk, as you know it. And then you see the lands on this huge battle map that eventually like goes into lands that you recognise. You can pick out a village that's sort of down next to the river that you probably could easily pick out maybe to be Berez, but it looks as if it's, according to the map, it's a nice functioning village.
Yep. Okay.
As some of you salute and all of you don't, you see the commander says, "Very good." almost as if he's not even recognising that some of you aren't.
I would look behind her. Is there actually anyone behind us?
You're standing and there's just this tent wall behind you, that's it.
Okay, tent wall.
You can hear sounds behind you through the tent. You hear people walking around, you hear like weapons being kind of sharpened, or you hear like the clatter of different kind of equipment being moved, like army equipment. You see like kind of the shouts of quite a lot of people, it sounds like.
Dan's just gritting his teeth and looks at everyone, loosens his grip a bit as he just says, "We're not really here, are we?"
I don't think so, Meadhan. The boy didn't seem to understand me when I spoke to him with certain questions. She looked to Nigel. I think this may be something to do with the book.
Stefan, let's see what you're doing.
Perhaps
Ah.
because
Someone drew eyebrows on Random.
That weren't me.
Yeah, I assumed it was you.
it was Tom. I bet you.
It wasn't me. That's a
Right.
classic Kieran move, and you just
No,
had his
that's
character
right.
die.
That's true.
Of course he's drawing on it.
Our original thing map has just call me Strahd ye and me fly written on it.
True.
Just call me Strahd is literally how Kieran talks
yeah,
all the
it
time.
is. It's
That is
a
definite,
very
actually.
fair
I
point.
drew over
As I was
his
saying,
eyebrows,
it
to
was
be fair.
Yeah, it's okay. What was Nigel going to say, sorry?
Perhaps as I am holding the book, he might respond to me better.
You currently, Nigel, the book is not in your hands.
Oh yeah, no. Well, perhaps because I was holding the book, I might be able to communicate with them the best. We can try it.
They do not seem to be reacting to your conversation at all. It's almost kind of like they're frozen in time.
I think did we hear the narration? I assume we heard the narration.
You heard the voice, that's the Strahd voice that he was saying 100%. Yeah, you did hear that.
Yeah. So so from that, I think Farrah thinks it's a story being projected to us, if that's reasonable to assume.
But if you assume it, then yeah, sure.
I would say, in the Underdark, as above, there's often little more powerful than knowing and understanding your enemy. However, if he is controlling this story or projecting it himself, we have to wonder as to the veracity of it all.
Perhaps, but this book was sealed away in Baba Lysaga's chest. I mean, he can't have known we would take it and then control the narrative, right?
I wouldn't assume the Count doesn't know everything that happens in his land.
This feels like a weird.
I think. Oh,
Can't hear you, by the
My
way.
God.
Anya.
Anja on the ISS.
Hello?
That's better.
Sorry,
Who's-
I was bending
Sorry.
down.
Yeah.
It just nothing. There wasn't anything important.
Go on, it's fine.
No, it just feels like that the bits in films where it tries to make you feel bad for the villain. So I'm wondering if it's going to be like a sob story. Poor me, Strahd. Don't try and kill me. Come to my side, kind of thing.
Oh, we're killing him.
I ain't saying
I was
nothing.
still curious about his story.
Yeah, Cal's wary, but if there's the potential to learn something useful that could help us
Exactly,
defeat
yeah.
him, then that's what he's looking out for.
Yeah, but if
That's
it's
why
a
Farrah's
projection
looking at
by
these
Strahd,
maps.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what Cal's saying, Anja. He's saying
Yeah.
we got the two sides of it, so we need to be careful.
Yeah. And there was something that happened before. I can't remember what it was, but it was like something that gave me and Farrah the what's the word?
Go on, I should remember it.
The opinion, the something, or of he didn't have complete control over the land. of everything or know everything that happens.
He was very unhappy when he realized that we'd seen the two people dancing on the frozen pond thing in Crest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
So yeah, that's fair. Part of Cal saying he controls everything is the fact that Cal's been living for hundreds of years in his forest, terrified of Strahd. So
for sure. I'm just telling you what I think Farrah would think at this point.
yeah.
Which is he has a lot of control, but not complete control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At this point, the commander speaks. So he says, "Lieutenants, I would greatly appreciate your opinions. What skills, which route would you best serve? You will be accompanying one of us on this mission. You may serve with Lord General Strahd and hold the rear forces from the village of Zamay. You may accompany Commander Rahadin, who will hold the base of the hill and monitor the tree line to ensure we are not routed. Or you may accompany me, and we will ride up to the castle to challenge the remaining forces directly. The kingdom of Delmore shall fall."
Oh, we're picking a chapter, guys. I say Strahd.
I would say Strahd. Cal would
I would
definitely
say
say
Strahd.
Strahd.
Yeah.
Meadhan votes Rahad.
Oh, I am curious about this guy though. Like, what happened to him? Where is he? You know, he might have some answers.
Wait and see. So he...
Cal would try, though he doesn't think it's going to work, and try and address the guy who's talking to us and say, "What is your name, Commander?"
He kind of looks to you and says, You must be quite new here, Lieutenant. Newly promoted. I am Commander Alexander Gwilym.
Willem.
Have we heard that name?
Don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
No. What was the name of the knights that fought against Strahd?
Knights of the Silver Dragon or
Yes,
something?
that's correct.
So Farrah would mention that.
What does
See if he
she exactly
reacts to
say?
it. Are we fighting alongside the Knights of the Dragon?
The Knights of the who?
How about that?
We are fighting the Kingdom of Delmore, dear. Come on, get your head screwed on. I know the battle is on the morn, and I know things are stressful. But, in the name of the Morning Lord, we will be victorious.
Commander, could you tell me what year this is?
Something is quite wrong with this group of lieutenants you've brought in, Commander Rahadin.
It's not an entirely stupid question.
No,
Guys,
no,
laughing
the
at
reaction.
me, Tom.
It's their reactions, it's not you.
Yeah, it's not you asking. You asking is sensible.
Yeah.
It's the idea of a general being stood there whilst his lieutenant goes, "Sir, can you tell me what year it is?"
Precisely. I don't think
Yeah,
it's a stupid
exactly.
question at
Who's
all.
Prime Minister?
The year is 200 and hold on, let me figure this out. 231 current year.
Okay.
Now come, lieutenants. Which do you choose? Which would your skill serves best? Would you accompany Lord General Strahd, Commander Rahadin, or myself?
Prefer to accompany Strahd myself.
Very well.
Just to-
Vote for our Lord General Strahd. Looks to you, Cal.
As would I.
Very well. Looks to you, Nigel.
Can some of us not go with you and some of us go with Strahd?
We have assigned you specifically because you are some of our top lieutenants. We are leaving it in your hands because we trust our soldiers.
Yeah, we are top lieutenants, but we don't know what fucking year it is. Then I vote we go with Commander Strahd.
Very well. Looks to you, Meadhan.
He's just staring at Rahadin. I'm going with him.
Well, we will see what the group votes upon. He looks to you, Helen.
Strahd, yes.
Very well, it seems like it is decided. You will all accompany Lord General Strahd and will hold the rear of the forces from the village of Zemay. Very good, gentlemen. And then suddenly the conversational chatter of the camp behind you, Farrah, especially you notice it being most aware of it, it begins to build to a roar. And you blink suddenly and you are now standing in the midst of a quaint farming village. Many of its buildings wreathed in flame. Dozens of soldiers adorned with ravens are locked in combat against knights in armour of a deep blue. You see Strahd sits atop a stocky black mare and points his blade forward and shouts, "Advance!" And as he does so, you see a javelin fly through the air, striking into his side as he grips it. And he's knocked off of his horse to the ground.
Oh shit.
Ahead of you, far in the distance, you can see Rahadin and Alexander Gwillem galloping off towards their post, unaware that their lord has fallen. You look to your left and you see a group of soldiers rushing forward, javelin in hand, towards the fallen leader. And I will move you over. If you place your tokens here, please. You
I got
see
this section's awesome.
that Strahd looks up towards you and he curses that he looks up and looks towards this huge hulking figure at the front and curses his name. He says, "Sir Dargo Solbrek." And the man starts to march towards you, long sword in hand. You may recognise this character, Kieran.
Yeah, I made him.
He certainly did.
Is this Kieran's new character?
Nah.
It was a
the
potential new
armor-
character that I added into the lore because I thought he was fucking cool.
Picture's awesome.
What were you going to say, Anja?
No, I just said no, nothing. I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought someone.
I was saying,
sorry.
does the,
I stuck Anja with Stefan.
no worries. Does the armor of these guys match when we were approaching the drowned village and we saw that battle playing out in front of us?
It does not, no.
Oh, okay.
Interestingly enough, it does not.
Huh.
If everyone could please, let me grab Strahd. But everyone else could please roll initiative for me.
Are we leveled and long rested?
You are
or not?
leveled and long rested.
Oh, I haven't leveled yet.
I haven't leveled
Yeah,
yet.
we're going to end the session here anyway, but so you can all,
Okay.
if you want to roll your initiatives and then you can roll level and then we will call it here for tonight.
I have so much HP now.
Nice.
Oh, you rolled a 10, yeah?
I have rolled a 10 and I upped my constitution. I've got 89
Okay.
HP now.
Nice. So you say these guys are in dark blue. Is that the same as the guy in the middle from the scene before? Was he wearing dark blue?
Which guy? Sorry?
The guy
Alec
from the
Willem.
scene before, yeah.
No, he's not. He was not wearing dark blue.
Okay.
It's hard to find pictures of all that are matching. I've already got Strahd on the map. What am I talking about? Left him over here. You would see all the soldiers that were surrounding Strahd von Zarevich, and you can clearly see they are all wearing armor that is like a crimson red, and is stamped with the symbol, the iconography of Ravenloft on top of the breastplate.
On who? Which ones?
You would have seen not on these ones. This would have been on like anyone who's allied with Strahd. This would have been like on Alexander Gwillem. This would have been on anyone like that. And you would also, it would have been on Rahadin as well. You would see this huge hulking figure of a man like stepping forward, and you see he is wearing like a very like a blue encrusted armor with like a a symbol of like a symbol of like a tree on the front of it. With where else would it be? Quickly look up something.
Maybe a rose.
It would be like a tree with a rose, and then also like a woman on the front of it as well, who is kind of like holding an apple up. It's quite like a very fancy armor on top of it. And as he walks forward, he would say, he would call out, and he says, "You shall." Well, in fact, Kieran, you should say it because he was your character, so I don't want to speak for you. But he would basically be saying, "For the Earth Maiden."
Would you say something like, "Come on, lads, let's finish this before it starts"?
Oh my god!
Definitely not in that voice, but
Okay. You can do his voiceless. I mean,
Okay.
what I had planned for him, he doesn't.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. If you would rather him not say anything, that's fine.
No, you can, because it's not, you know.
Yeah, I get you.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would raise his long sword. He'd say, "You shall die upon this day for the Earth Maiden."
Okay.
And I will roll initiative for these fuckers. Where are they?
This music always reminds me of Fandelver.
Yeah, I had to drag out the classic music
Nostalgic.
for the.
In a way.
Where is Douglas Albrecht? Click roll initiative for him. Let's get his D&D Beyond sheet open.
Ah, Sibley.
Yeah.
The kamikaze warlock.
Now you know why I asked you to make a human version as well, Kieran.
Yeah.
As initiative is that, so... And then these guys are the Knights of Delmar.
Not yet. Oh, I still beat them though. Yeah.
You know what I'm wondering?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if we die here?
Very good question.
Die in the Matrix, you die in real life.
Yeah.
Right, so
I'm
with
curious.
everyone's initiative rolled, and if people want to either want to level up now, or if they want to do it in between sessions, yeah, more than welcome to. And just make sure your HP is updated by next session. I will leave it on this screen so you can do it throughout the week if you want to. But otherwise,
Good, thank you.
we will end today's session here.
Oh,
Amazing.